Hey, Daryl and Werner. I just want to say thank you so much for being a fan and watching NWA and being super supportive of that. Hey, everybody, this is Camille Brickhouse, and you're listening to Covalent TV.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, La Boricua Badass, the brightest star in the sky, the greatest that beat the greatest, La Boricua Badass, the flavor game leader, and you're watching Covalent TV. Oh,
here it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like she's judging us after watching that intro. I'm sorry that I subjected her to that, but guys, we got to keep it clever, and whatever's clever is whatever we do. So that means, welcome to your AEW Dynamite Live Review. It is your boy, Mr. Starkson.
Big Dub.
And we have a very special guest in here. You know what I'm saying? She's like a PlayStation demo disc. We're going to go ahead and put her in the disc tray, see if she spins, and maybe we might have her on again. Introduce yourself to the people if they don't already know who you are.
Hello, my name is Xenia. I'm a pro wrestling journalist, content creator, and I also do business development in wrestling. And you can find me at XeniaDidThat on all social media platforms and especially on YouTube.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. And I tell you what, also a social tourist. She has it on the shirt. It's right there. It's for everyone to see. She is a social tourist. I ain't going to say what happened off of camera. Something happened off of camera. It was a distraction. She tried to stop the show before it got started. She tried.
I would
to
never
stop
do
the
such
show.
a thing.
We saw it. We were witnesses, ma'am. Okay, we're not doing that tonight. But guys, y'all know what y'all got to do the moment y'all step foot in here, man. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Y'all can always hit the Cash App, Streamlabs link, super chat, super stickers, whatever floats your boat. Do that, man. Lift the energy up early in the room. That is what we need. We need the good vibes all over this stream, man. We got a special guest. Y'all better roll out the red carpet or whatever color carpet she prefers, which I'm thinking is pink.
Pink, yes.
Okay, all right. There we go. It's pink. I guessed it. See, that's why I wore this, the Miami John. See, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. You got to know what you're doing. Okay, now we have a job to do as well. We know what that is, beautiful people, and y'all know what it is too. Y'all watch us all the motherfucking time. All right? It is time for us to bring y'all beautiful people the news, hold one special, accountable, and bring you those facts, data, and statistics as we go, because that is just what we do here on this show, because we pride ourselves on being the realest podcast out there and informing all of you, including Xenia. We want to inform you too. Fuck it. Since you're here, get some of this work. All right? But first and foremost, let's not bullshit around. Let's not play with anybody's emotions. Let's get into 10 News. Let go.
So we are almost a year removed from All In #1 in Wembley.
Ooh,
where there was controversy. Yes. Where there was controversy with ticket sales, drop seats, turnstile numbers, all of that wonderful stuff. Well, now we actually have the real figures for WrestleMania 40 with WWE and their show.
Do you have the numbers or does your mustache have the numbers? Which one?
My mustache has the numbers.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Brandon Thurston handed them to my mustache personally.
I wonder what that transaction looked like. I wonder what that looked like.
He just was like
the back alley.
Yeah, the back alley.
Whoa.
His mustache has a trench coat on and shit. But go ahead, man. Talk about them numbers, brother.
Okay, so night one of WrestleMania, they sold 56,000.
Uh-oh.
147 tickets. And then they comped 3,889 tickets. That's nowhere near the 72,000 they reported for night one.
Okay, guys, this is probably the only little bit of commentary I have on this. WWE has gotten away with inflating their numbers for a long period of time, and no one questions them because people want to make sure that they get their cheese baskets and glad-handed apology letters. I'm not saying any names. You know who you are, okay? So when it comes to how the media favors WWE, we know how that goes, but shouts out to Brandon Thurston for doing good work and putting out the actual numbers so that way we know that WWE is full of their own shiitake mushrooms. That is just how the ball rolls down the court, man. And Brandon Thurston picks it up and shoots a 3-pointer every time when it comes to getting those statistics. Xenia, do you have anything you want to say about that?
My thought the whole time is, how do you guys still get approved as media for WWE when you're talking about because I know I don't.
Oh, you better talk to him. So it's funny you brought that up because I would say 2 out of every 4 weeks in the month, we talk about how compromised the media is, how people with actual journalistic integrity and people that actually do the research and the hard work cannot get into these things because there's a bunch of glad-handed people that we are an explicit show, Xenia, I'm warning you. They go into the proverbial phone booth with WWE and drop trowel and get to go into town and become guzzling dick whistlers. We know this. We know this. We know this. So speak to that. Since we have you on the show, I actually want you to speak to that and what it's like, considering me and you have been in some of the same rooms, what it's like to be a part of the media and show how compromised it is. Talk about it.
Honestly, I'm just a believer that, how does the saying go, that a word said out loud is a lie. For a human being, it's impossible to stay completely unbiased. And I think it's pretty normal for a human to have a preference towards one company or another. And in a way, we're almost put in a position where if you want to work with a company, if you want to be approved for media, you have to say certain things or not say certain things. Like, a lot of people give journalists shit for not asking certain questions at WWE presses, but then we know that WWE has history with pretty heavy censorships of those pressers. I honestly think it's just, we're surviving. It's just that wrestling media is so different from any other sports media for no reason. Like, it shouldn't be. The whole kayfabe aspect just makes it very different. And, it's just a different field to navigate. Like, I don't want to judge anyone for reporting or not reporting certain things, for cherry picking, because ultimately we're all trying to survive and trying to do what we do. Like, I've been accused of favoring AEW, and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't true. It's just the kind of wrestling that I like better. And if you're looking for a journalist that's completely unbiased, like the way Sean Ross Sapp wisely put it, you're looking for a robot, and it's just impossible.
Okay, so I got a follow-up question. I don't want to turn this into an interview, but what is your take on the people that say just enjoy wrestling? I want to see this because we probably might have a different opinion on this. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. I just don't think the just enjoy mentality should apply to people who work in the industry like we do. Because if we were to just like sit back and enjoy, you guys would have no content to watch. You would have no reports, would have nothing. There would just not be media field around it. Like, you're not telling real sports journalists just sit back and enjoy. You're not telling basketball journalists to sit back and enjoy. You're not telling football journalists just sit back and enjoy. Like, it's just not something that we can do. Like, for fans, quote unquote, wherever that category lies, really, I do think it's a good mentality to have, because a lot of regular quote unquote fans are really, really caught up in the ratings and the age groups that watch a certain show for no reason, and they're trying to make it a competition between themselves, between fan bases, as opposed to between products, which that I think can be unnecessary. But for me, like, if you were gonna come up to me and tell me, oh, just sit back and enjoy wrestling and don't like go any deeper, like, that just doesn't make sense. That's what I've been doing for 5 years, or almost 6 at this point. And once you get there to where you have this like analytical lens almost built in, you can't go back. Like, I can't just be a normal fan anymore. Like, I can't sit back and just watch a show and not analyze it.
No, I get that. And your take actually isn't that far off from ours. Now, we might be a little different on the fan aspect, because typically the people that run out there and tell you just enjoy wrestling, they specifically only enjoy WWE for the most part. We have found that we've done enough research, gathered enough data to pretty much wrap that into a bow, is that those are the main people telling you to do it when primarily they only consume WWE, but yet for some reason they have opinions on products that they do not partake in, or as we just said, just enjoy, right? And that is where things are going bad in the internet wrestling community. And maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. It's seeping over to wrestling media. It really is. It's to a point now where it's like, are you trying to call this straight down the middle and report the truth, or are you just trying to make sure you curry favor with the people you personally want to curry favor with?
Yeah.
Now you say
I have a question for you then.
Oh, go ahead for sure.
What's your take on people who are like, oh, just enjoy both, just watch both?
Okay, that's a great question, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because those same people, if you sit them down and you make them watch AEW, and then you make them watch WWE, or they already watch it, right? They'll say, here's what I enjoy about AEW, here's what I enjoy about WWE. And I want to say almost about, give or take 8 times out of 10, the more they enjoy about WWE is going to be way less than what they enjoy about AEW. It's never even. It's never, here's 3 pros, here's 3 pros, here's 3 cons, here's 3 cons. It's 16,000 pros for WWE and maybe 3 or 4 pros for AEW. So when people say that, I kind of look at them and I go, okay, for sure. So you want me to say you enjoy both. That's fine. Give me 5 pros and 5 cons of each product. And most times they'll just give me mostly cons about AEW and mostly pros about WWE. So to answer your question, for the most part, I feel like that is that little thing we call here in America, and that's bullshit.
My take on this is like, don't get me wrong. Like, I literally will consume any wrestling that's in my close proximity. Like, unless the promotion is owned by a pedophile, I will consume any wrestling that I can get access to. Because, you know, I like the experience, and that's, you know, seeing different things is good. But I'm biased. I'm just putting it out there. Like, don't come in the comments being like, oh, she's biased. Yes, I am biased. But when people say, oh, I enjoy AEW and WWE equally, I can't wrap my head around it. I'm bullshit. Like, I can't imagine sitting down and watching, say, I don't know, freaking Ospreay versus Fenix and being like, this is good. And then watching freaking Friday Night SmackDown and being like, this is also good. This is just as good. Like, I cannot wrap my head. Like, I'm not saying WWE is a bad product. WWE is a good product. But WWE is not a wrestling show. And it's just a different type of media that different people prefer to consume. But I can't imagine looking at even an average AEW match and being like, great. And then looking at an average WWE match and going, just as good. Like, I just cannot wrap my head around it.
So, Werner, would you agree with me on this? Doesn't it sound like she's giving a slightly more political correct version of what we normally say?
Yes.
Like, we flat out say, there's no way, like you just said, there's no way you could watch Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay at AEW Dynasty and then go watch a 5-minute women's match where they're not allowed to showcase anything they're capable of, or even a 5-minute men's match or a bloodline match and go, yeah, that's on the same level as what I just watched over there. There's no way.
It's impossible. It takes like 2 different brains to enjoy AEW versus enjoying WWE, which is neither of those brains is worse or better than the other.
No.
But they're 2 different brains.
But what WWE fans will tell you is that it's the same brain as the people that consume AEW, TNA, New Japan. That's what they tell you. They say that's the industry standard. They will look you in your face and tell you this is the industry standard. This is what wrestling, let me say the word again, wrestling should be. And you just look at them and you go, you can't be fucking serious. Like, you can't be serious.
You know what's a good analogy that just came to mind? So I don't view WWE as the industry standards for wrestling at all. Let's just get that out of the way, obviously. But I view it as almost like, you know how like a really famous, really decorated soccer player would sign with a Dubai club when he's about to retire, or will sign with a Miami club when he's about to retire, like Messi. That's how I view WWE. Like, you're not going to perform at the same level that you did to get there. Because you don't have to, because you don't need to, because that's not the place to perform at the same level. But that's a sign of you having achieved a certain level of greatness in the industry. And it's almost like your retirement plan. It's almost like your award for all your achievements that you're like, literally, I know a lot of wrestlers from just because of the specifics of my work, right? And a lot of people want to go to WWE, obviously, because that's the sign that you made it. That's the big dream, right? And they try to emulate WWE style. And it's, brother, absolutely not. Like, those wrestlers did not wrestle like they wrestle in WWE to get signed with WWE.
No, that's a great analogy. And, you know, me and Werner will probably use something different. Like, you know, it's called ring chasers. Like in the NBA and NFL, it's guys who were really great in their primes, right? They went and played everywhere else and won everywhere they've been. And now they're just like, oh, man, I am at the end of my career and I don't have enough accolades. I don't have any championships. So what they do is they'll go sign with a team that's currently contending. And they're like 36, 37 years old. They're way past their prime, their athletic prime.
I mean, that's exactly the same thing in a way.
Yeah, that's what most WWE, I would say, brass sell to talents. They go, hey, this is the big leagues. This is the final boss. This is the ultimate challenge you need to conquer. And they've been able to sell that to a lot of wrestlers who, let's be honest, would probably be better outside of the company and staying outside of the company.
Yeah.
Like somebody
they have this emotional attachment because it's this thing that since you were a kid you've wanted to do.
Yeah, like somebody we've pointed out a million times. Mia Yim. Mia Yim is immensely talented.
Yeah.
She is immensely talented. She was just hitting a stride and impact that was so good that I'm like, she could do this for the next 5 years. She could easily do this for the next 5 years. And then when she signed back with WWE, I was like, no. I was like, no.
Oh, no.
Why did you let them sell you? You let them sell you a timeshare. What are you doing? But like you said, it's a retirement plan. And by the way, hold on, Matthew Sheldon, you've been in the comment section putting in the numbers. So I got to salute you, man. Shouts out to him. Already we are sitting at over 170 people watching live right now. I love to see it. We only 17 minutes in. Only 17 minutes in, man. And those numbers are going to keep going up. Not only because Xenia is here, because Werner's mustache is here, goddammit. That is the real draw. Sold out Madison Square Garden all by itself. Headline with Dave Chappelle. Thank you, Werner's mustache. We appreciate you. But did you have a take on this specific topic, my good sir?
I think what we should really just call them is WrestleMania chasers, because that's what they sell. The WrestleMania moment. You can't end your career without that WrestleMania moment.
Even though that's lost value. Yeah, that's lost value.
Which we could all point to Sting. Did he get his WrestleMania moment?
Can we not remind me of that shit?
He got his all-in moment.
Can we but
how many wrestlers go to WWE for that WrestleMania moment and don't get it?
I will never forgive WWE for what they did to Sting at 31. I will never like that. Sting is my favorite wrestler of all time, guys. People watching the show probably know that, but what they did to him at 31 was sickening. That was the moment where I said, oh, this company doesn't live to serve wrestling fans. They live to serve whatever they consider their fan base. I don't even want to get into that. But actually, I think we might have to, ladies and gentlemen, because we do have a segment on the show that we always get into. And speaking of people that draw in everything around them and consume everything around them, but not in a good way. Guys, if y'all know what's coming up, put that shit in the comment section. But even if none of y'all decide to do it, I'm going to tell y'all anyway. It's time for us to hold one special accountable. It is time for drone accountability. Now, Werner, we are about to do something different here tonight. Xenia is prepared. She came with a full clip loaded, ready to go. One in the chamber. She is ready to shoot one off on us. That sounded crazy. I'm pausing that.
Pause.
Yeah. But she is ready. So, you know, Xenia, it's about that time for you to hold one special accountable. Let's go.
Should I just read it out?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
Should I say their name or are we?
Yes.
Oh, we put them on
the
name and all that.
Yeah, put them on blast.
Yes.
Okay, so at Mike Worthman, is quoting the Wrestle Talk tweet about WWE supposedly having interest in Pentagon Jr., aka Penta El Cerro Viejo. And he says, Penta is an interesting case. I usually don't care for his matches or his work in AEW, but, all caps, just because he doesn't do many of the things I like doesn't mean he can't. Maybe the less is more environment of WWE would be good for him. Could be interesting. When I tell you, this made me so mad last week.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Do you agree with that? Just let's go.
Do you think I agree with that? Do I look like someone who agrees with that? Do I strike you as someone who would agree with that? For the record, Penta is one of my favorite wrestlers, like top 10 for sure. So I was mad at this person. And what I said on Twitter initially, I quoted the tweet and I said, can you imagine saying, I don't like Penta in AEW because he does too many cool things. I wish WWE would water him down with your chest.
Yeah. Yeah, they say that. They
The
actually
less is more environment. The less is more environment. That's what we're calling it right now. That's literally what I'm going to start calling that.
That is such a roundabout way of saying the wrestling over there is shit.
Yeah, the way of saying wrestling over there is shit, and I like it. That's the way.
Talk.
He's like, this person is really cool. I wish they were less cool. That would help.
Yeah.
Like different brains. I really cannot imagine like what kind of brain can birth a thought like this one. Like,
yeah, you're good, but just try not to do that good thing. Maybe
do less of a good thing. And when I quoted it, someone went in the comments to me saying, like, that's basically what this person is saying. Someone went, Penta does all the same things as Fenix, but worse.
What?
I was like, what? Bro. I was like, you've either never seen a Penta match, because if anything, he doesn't do much flippy stuff, especially for a luchador. He's more of a brawler. He's more of a hard hitter. Or you just don't understand what makes a wrestler quote unquote good, which I know there's a lot of room for discussion in terms of what's subjective and what's objective.
Right.
But I personally do believe that there are objective metrics of what makes a wrestler good.
Talk.
If you know enough about wrestling, in that, like, he's clean, he's safe, he has a great tempo that he can and is willing to adjust depending on the wrestler that he's working with. He has a great moveset that complements the character. He has charisma. He has the look. He's polished. People love him. In Mexico, he's a god. Like, you can't come on Twitter and be like, make him less cool. Like, no.
And Penta is a little bit more refined and crisp than Fenix, because Fenix is more of a risk taker. Yeah. So I think he's more refined and more crisp. So I don't even know how a person can get to that conclusion. Again, if you actually watch it. See, that goes back to what I was saying earlier. If these people actually consume the product that they claim to consume, then in which case they would know these things and they wouldn't hop on Twitter and say the dumbest shit you've ever heard.
Yeah, but you're right that there's so many opinions floating out there from people who don't even watch, who maybe at best watch like a highlight package on Twitter. At best. Maybe not even that. Or again, people who are just fundamentally misunderstanding wrestling and who just don't look at it as deeply as some other people, but they refuse to admit that. They refuse to admit that they're just being a fan who maybe likes the flippy things and he does less flippy things and that's somehow less cool.
Hey.
Like,
no, you're right.
That's how we all started out. Like, there's no shame in that. Like, we all liked Rey Mysterio when we were 11 because he was small and cool and flippy. Like, that's fine.
Small and cool and flippy is funny. I'm sorry.
Run like a lawn dart by Kevin Nash.
Oh, Kevin Nash threw him against the side of that truck. Something vicious. It was insane. I enjoyed that when I was younger. Okay.
So this is not a jab at Rey Mysterio at all. Rey Mysterio is amazing.
No, he's
but
a
not
legend.
for
He's the GOAT luchador. Yeah, no, he's a legend. No.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask
also,
you.
I honestly, like, I fear Penta coming to WWE. Like, I don't think he would, but I fear it because WWE is notorious for not knowing how to handle luchadors.
We say it all the time on our show. We say it all the time. WWE historically has failed luchadors. For fuck's sake, guys. For the Mexicools, they had them come out on fucking lawnmowers. Are we being for real?
Like they have two ways. They either unmask them, which is not cool. I don't like that. Or they want to like amp up like the cartoony flippy thing to the point where it's harmful to the technique, like the way that they freaking killed Sin Cara. Like apparently he couldn't see out of that mask even, and then they made him wrestle in the dark
and stripper lighting,
the special lighting effect.
Yeah,
and the poor dude literally couldn't see what he's doing. And the fans don't know that they would let him change up the look because they like the no face look, like with the fully closed eyes, right? So the fans don't know that, so the fans are like, oh, he's watching all the time. Like, they just killed that character.
Yeah, you can't put a luchador and stripper lighting with a Spider-Man mask on and then be like, why is he botching? I don't get that one
like,
either.
What's going on?
I don't understand it. But since I got you here, let me ask you this. Because, you know, we're always keeping our ear to the streets. We all do the same thing. We're all media. But as we all say, there's levels to this shit. Some people pay attention. Some people don't. I'm going to ask you this flat out. I just need a straightforward answer. Who talks about who more? Does WWE fans target AEW fans more? Does AEW fans target WWE fans more?
I'll give you an answer. I think AEW fans talk more about WWE fans.
Whoa.
But I think it's only because a big chunk of WWE fans are unaware of wrestling outside of WWE at all. I think just like statistically, just like the percentage of AEW fans who talk about WWE fans is bigger just because of that. I have this like anecdote that I always tell people when I'm talking about like how and why I realized that WWE is just a whole different universe in terms of the fans. So I went to Raw in Jacksonville, I think like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3. And that was right before Cody was supposed to come back. So they were kind of like stretching it out, like the ratings were growing because people were kind of waiting for Cody to show up. And we're sitting in Raw, and the show is coming to an end. KO is wrestling someone, can't even remember who, but like it feels very pointless and it feels very drawn out. And even in my section, I'm hearing chatter and I'm like, oh, someone has to show up, like someone has to interfere. So I just kind of say to the person sitting next to me, to the guy next to me, I go like, maybe Cody. And he looks at me, he goes like, who? I'm like, Cody Rhodes. And he's like, I don't know who that is. So that's all you need to know about an average WWE fan. Like, and we all were that fan at one point. Like I was that fan when I was 13. Like if a person left WWE, they disappear. It's almost like they're dead. Like it used to be a tragedy when some of my favorite wrestlers left WWE because it was like, oh, now I'm never going to see them live. Now I'm never going to meet them. Because it didn't even freaking occur to me because I was 13 years old and I was in Russia that there could be any other way for me to cross paths with them. But I was 13 and that guy was not 13. So.
No, I completely understand because we say all the time that at one point we were lost in the Matrix. We were the fan that when WWE was around and just doing good, nothing else existed. That was us because they had a monopoly on the game for over 20 years. So we all had that brain at one point. But once you break out of the Matrix and understand there's so much more out there, there is no excuse whatsoever to tie yourself to that programming and cause yourself that much depression. Because
another thing about how like they have this monopoly, like not just on the market but on the people's brains, or they used to have it, right? So again, I'm from Russia. I don't know how many people know that, but I grew up in Russia, and I was a WWE fan. I became a WWE fan when I was 11, and been a wrestling fan since then. But I was so like laser focused on WWE. Again, I didn't know there was any other wrestling going on. Like I'd heard about TNA. I had heard like there was something before WWE, but I never like ventured out. So that monopoly on my brain was so heavy that up until I was 20, I didn't discover there was even local wrestling in my city. And there was. And they apparently were even handing out flyers at WWE house show that they did in Moscow. And I was just so blind to like any other wrestling in the world that I literally was a full-grown adult when I started working with my local promotion after I was already after I had already started working or creating wrestling content, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how far that monopoly on the brain would go.
Wow. That's that, guys. This is coming from somebody that grew up overseas, and they're telling you the story, man. Like that's what they do. We tell y'all all the time. That is what WWE has done to people. Now, once you break out of it, stay out of it. That's all that I ask, because we have some people every now and again that come into the comment section that they're like, "You're wrong. WWE's the best. You're stupid. I hate this show. I'm leaving." And I'm like, okay, you can feel free to leave. But then when you wake up and smell the coffee someday, you're going to come back to our comment section and be like, damn, y'all were right. God damn it. I actually watched that TNA pay-per-view and enjoyed it. Damn it. I watched that AEW pay-per-view and I enjoyed it. I even watched some New Japan and I enjoyed it. That's all it takes. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Matthew Shelton, you said we are at what now? The numbers are coming in, man. You telling me we over 220 people across all platforms, only 30 minutes in? I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Thank you so much. Now, guys, since Xenia got hers in, it's time for me to hold one special accountable. And, guys, I am staying on the doozy train. The doozy train is pulled back up into the damn station. I am not stopping. I am on everybody's necks. This one's rough, and it actually plays into what we were just talking about, guys. This one comes from screen name Mike X WWE. Surprise, surprise on the screen name there, guys. All right, but Michael X WWE had this to say. Anyone who watches wrestling apart from WWE should be put on a list. It's all pedo shit. Dumbass. Look at her face. Look at her face. That's probably the best reaction to a drone accountability I have ever seen. Look at her. Her eyes got so big. She was like,
yeah, I thought the one I found was bad, but turns out there's no limit, you know?
Oh, no, it gets bad. It gets bad. Trust me. Don't feel bad about the one you had. That was a great one, and I told you it fits right in. This is just, I've been on a doozy roll. Ones that make you do exactly what you just did. How in the hell can you be put on a pedo list just because you don't enjoy WWE, ladies and gentlemen? What are we
Where
doing?
does this logic even lie?
This is why we do this segment. These are people that need to be called out so that way your block list can get just a little longer and you can enjoy your feed more. Okay? I don't even know what to make of that. Normally, I would have something to say after my drone accountabilities, but I'm just gonna send that one up to God and just let him work on whoever Mike X WWE is. Wow. Weren't any thoughts on that?
I have another question for you.
Oh, yep, sure, shoot. You are here.
Do you know how many people you have blocked? And another thing, I promised my friend to wave to him. So, well.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I have 700 people blocked. Maybe a little more than 700.
Ooh. I'm probably about 300, 400 over that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably at about 1,100.
Whoa.
Yeah, because let me tell you why. Because meanwhile, being the faces of a platform is very important. I put the brand first. You know why? Because if your brand is strong, whoever the person is behind the brand will get clout just because the brand is that strong. You get what I'm saying? So I put the brand first. And when you put your brand first, you subject yourself to a lot of no name, no profile picture having ass weirdos that just feel a need to attack your brand. Hi, Bully Ray. That feel a need to attack your brand. So therefore, we get a lot more shit than probably you would because your face and your brand are one and the same. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, but I would like to counter that.
Okay.
I am also a female human on the internet.
Oh, well, yeah. Look, I'm not taking away from that at all. Because I've seen your comment sections a couple times and I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Let me block you before you even think about saying anything to.
So the kind of things that I get sometimes, a brand that's not face focused is just not gonna get. Like, I've made the mistake before of Googling myself and looking at Reddit threads about myself. And when I tell you, it's wild. Like, beyond your probably worst expectations. Like there's threats of sexual violence, there's like explicit descriptions of how they would do it, there's speculations on who I'm sleeping with, spoiler, no one, whether I have male parts, spoiler, I do not, sorry to disappoint. I've also had people like keep creating accounts to harass me and threaten me, and like again, being harassed and threatened is nothing new on the internet, especially for a female. But just the graphic descriptions that I've seen are just out of this world. Like they're psychopaths. And the scariest stuff is when someone is like follows it up by like, yeah, I've seen her at the show. So how can I not be wary at events where I'm like looking around, I'm like, oh, it could be this person.
I noticed that when at Collision, I noticed that you just you when people walk up to you, just kind of like hi. It's like
I'm alert because I have to be, you know, and I'm nice to everyone. That's not to say don't touch me. Like I love it when people come up to me and like tell me that they watch my content or that they follow me on Twitter. Like I absolutely love it. Like if anyone who follows me is watching, don't hesitate to ever come up to me and say hi. But if at first I'm a little like a deer in the headlights, that's why.
I understand. That's crazy. And I hate hearing that you get that. But when it comes to just specifically what I'm referring to, brands get attacked on like it's like a rotating clock almost. Like 24 hours of just relentless bullshit. You get maybe an hour of a break. Then it starts back up again. Then you get another hour break. And it gets to a point of where you're just like, I'm going to delete this post just purely based off the fact that I don't want the basement dwelling brigade to keep talking to me. Like you almost feel like a king of a village, and like your peasants are just like, hey, you're a king? You got a crown there? It's a stupid fucking crown. I hate your crown. You're stupid. I hate this kingdom. This is a dumbass kingdom. Is that a wall over there? Is that a moat?
Which is,
you got gators?
Pretty accurate to how like actual kingdoms are, I think.
You get tired of it.
Comments on the royal family in England, like that's kind of how their comments are too.
Yeah, you get it. You get so tired of it to a point of where you're just like, block, 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 and it doesn't stop because whether you want to admit this or not, or whether you agree with it or not, WWE fans do not like their product being criticized in any shape, form, or fashion.
True.
Like you can say, oh, they forgot to put the W in the Raw graphic. What the fuck do you know about wrestling? I'll kill your family.
Oh my God.
Whoa, like, whoa.
And another thing about blocking is like sometimes they'll see you blocking them as if like they won.
It's a badge of honor.
Like they achieved something. Another exclusive piece of information. I'm gonna open up the curtain, the secret why I block people. Why I block people? Because I have terrible memory. And if I don't block you, I'm not gonna remember that you've been shitty to me in the past. I'm gonna be nice to you. And to eliminate the possibility of me being nice to you in the future, that's why I block people.
I like that. I'm the same way. As soon as I see you say something weird, just even something that it make me kind of scrunch my eye a little bit, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to block you. I'm not going to give you a second chance to be a weirdo. I don't believe in that. It is what it is.
And some people love muting, but no, I just want that person to not have any access to me.
That's it. That's the one right there. That is the one. No access, no nothing. Don't think you could come talk to me crazy after you didn't just talk to me crazy the first time. And Xenia, I've said this before on the show as well. A lot of these people who talk really, really crazy. Now, this is definitely where it's different between men and women. I will say this for sure. They will see me in person, and I know they'll know who I am just by how they look at me, and they won't say a fucking word.
That's true for me too. Yeah,
they'll see me and be like, "Oh shit, this dude is 6 foot, 250 pounds." Like that.
You know, it's so funny because like people say, like girls on the internet say that like, oh, like you wouldn't say it to me if I were like a 6 foot, like 200-pound dude. But one thing that people don't realize about me on the internet is I am also 6 foot and tattooed and pretty scary. So they just don't realize how it's going to be in real life. So maybe if they even wanted to start shit, it's like, I know I'm intimidating. And if anything, I'm glad that I am, because it's almost like an added level of protection that I have.
Now, Xenia can ring most of y'all next. Now, you don't want it to be a tag team situation because it'll get brutal. It'll get brutal now. Okay.
No, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Bullshit.
But don't.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I'm literally the most gentle little flower.
No hair flip. Cut that shit out.
Don't piss me off.
Did you see the hair flip? That wasn't innocent. Mm-hmm. No, stop that. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That was a warning.
Yeah, that was definitely a warning. It's a blade in the hair somewhere when she flip it. And the blades come out like this. But Werner, it's time for you to get busy, man. It's time for you to hold one special accountable, my good sir.
I went back to an old friend.
Oh, no. No, don't get
It's not who you're thinking.
Okay, I'll listen.
It's good old Brandon Peace-League.
What?
Uh-huh.
That's year one right there, man. Brandon Peace-League.
That's year one right there.
Oh, this dude is a resident drone. He has a condo in Drone Town. Let's get it, man.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. His ring is a ring pop and shit. Let's go.
For context, Bryan Danielson gave an interview saying why he went to AEW, saying that it was a wrestling first company.
It is.
To which Brandon Peace-League said, and I quote, "He's lying. Both AEW and WWE, they both are boring. I believe we all agree they are 100% predictable. We know 5 months before they happen. They are cheesy, especially AEW. Man, that show was unwatchable. At least WWE surprises me here and there."
What?
For example, look at Garcia. What a joke. Both AEW and WWE fell off since 2020, but we pretend like they both are the best wrestling companies. For me, TNA is the best.
Hey. I'm going to hit the button. First and fucking foremost, when has WWE surprised anyone with anything in the last 20 goddamn years?
Literally.
And
that's like the last thing WWE ever does.
And second of all, that plays right into my point of what I was just telling Xenia. You see how the criticisms for AEW were way more than the criticisms for WWE.
Yeah.
Like, it never fails, bro. It never fails. Surprises? I'm sorry. I'm stuck on surprises.
Who?
Right. Show me these surprises, please.
That's like WWE's like the most I'm a firm believer that predictability is not always a bad thing, but WWE is literally the most predictable wrestling company out there. And that's coming from someone who doesn't even routinely watch it anymore. Like, I don't even watch the weekly shows, but it's still predictable.
As hell. It's so predictable. Like, okay. Guys, y'all watch our show all the time. Obviously, y'all show love and we appreciate all the love, okay? We have literally booked WWE's creative a year in advance, and we got 8 out of 10 things right. Mm-hmm. Werner, am I lying? Please tell me if I'm lying.
No, we've done it multiple times.
We did it in 2023.
And we've never been wrong.
Xenia, I'm so serious. We did it in 2023. We said 8 out of these 10 things, 10 out of these 10 things are going to happen, and we got 8 of them right. And this was in like, what, early February of 2023? Hmm. Surprises. What?
I'm really wondering what exactly has surprised this person this last 10 years. Like, give me one example, I beg.
Like, at best, like, honestly, at fucking best, you can say Edge at the Royal Rumble. At that, and that's reaching.
Okay.
Because you can expect...
Or, like, Jordan Grace at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but you can expect surprises at the Royal Rumble.
Whole thing, yeah.
Right.
If anything, Royal Rumble has been having significantly less surprises every year.
That was a doozy. Werner, apparently we both have boarded the doozy train, and this motherfucker is not stopping anytime soon. Goodness gracious me. Once you got to that point of it, I said I can't go any further. Okay, 240 across all platforms. Xenia is bringing in the numbers tonight. They want to see the social tourist. They want to see the blade in her hair. They want to see it. Okay?
The secrets. My hair is so big because it's full of secrets.
I ain't going to... there's a lot of things I'm sure full of secrets when it comes to you. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Okay? But Jesse, Mr. GQ Cantu over there on Twitter, it's time to read some comments, by the way, guys. I'm sorry. Said, the only time I've been surprised is how many lawsuits Vince got out on him. God damn. Okay.
And who says that's the end of those?
But said, Mo Dunn said, the only reason you didn't get the other 2 right was because WWE goofed up. Yeah, we say this all the time. WWE is mad creatively bankrupt. Like, they have nothing in the chamber. We're on, like, the Bloodline 7.0 at this fucking point. Like, they're bankrupt. They don't got nothing. So, yeah, that's no surprise. Mo Dunn.
And everyone
Taker showed up at Mania.
As he was supposed to.
In a jogging
and everyone
suit.
keeps saying that that the Bloodline is like the best thing that's come out of WWE recently, which may be true by some accounts, but they dragged it out for so long. And literally, like, their biggest problem is they build up one person. At one point recently it was Brock Lesnar, now it was Roman Reigns, and now it's Cody. And then they don't build anyone else. And there's literally not one another person on the roster in the whole entire company. So it forces them to like bring in someone from the outside or resign someone or just pull something else. But like, they're literally not building. Like, I think like the problem stems from like the very root of like the way that they handle their talent. Like the new NXT and the way that they only sign athletes and models, and they don't train them to wrestle. They train them to have safe televised matches. Like, put that person on a normal wrestling show and they're not going to be able to wrestle a match without a producer, without the hard cam, without all this kind of stuff, you know? And then they're not going to be able to build that person into a top card star. There's maybe a couple exceptions, maybe 1 or 2, like maybe Tiffany Stratton is an exception. But then again, I love her. I think she's great. I think she has the look. I think she's super athletic. I think she's, charismatic. But then she's posting some questionable tweets. And then she's also not, she's a brilliant wrestler. Not yet. Or will she ever be with the kind of operations that WWE handles? Like, there's just no new stars. Like, it started like a little under 10 years ago where literally there hasn't been a single successful NXT call-up. Not a single one.
Talk.
And we thought it would change with Triple H being more in charge, right? Still, his NXT call-ups are not over with the main brand fan. Just because that's not what they expect, because they didn't watch the old NXT. Because I don't know if Triple H expected people to pop for the people they knew from NXT, but people sitting at Raw are not the same people sitting at NXT shows. So.
And we call it the hard cam style. They train wrestlers to pose, chain wrestle, pose, signature move, pose, finisher, match over.
This is awesome.
And you saw Tiffany Stratton kind of sort of have to work out of that hard cam style. And once she became more comfortable, she stopped working that hard cam style, because we've said this a million times. The WWE Performance Center is not creating stars. There are exceptions to the rule. Don't get me wrong. There are exceptions to the rule. But the fact that I am even saying that there's exceptions to the rule tells you how much is failing.
Yeah.
They're not down there creating the next Rocks, the next Stone Colds, the next Undertakers. They're down there creating the next insert athlete from Auburn University here. Insert athlete that failed in the NFL but wanted to do something else here. Insert Olympic athlete that does inappropriate things to women here. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what they do. And
then again, it's just my opinion. Again, just the disclaimer, just my opinion. But NXT is unwatchable. It's not a wrestling show. It's impossible to watch. It's lackluster. It's cardboardy. Like, it's so like fake, and not in the way that wrestling is fake, but in the way that like it's so inauthentic. And all these people who were handed out gimmicks that don't believe in those gimmicks, all those people who had their match produced and who don't live and breathe that match. And then like there's a problem with the audience, because like if you look at NXT, like I don't sit down every week and watch NXT, but I try to kind of keep track. I saw a clip on Reels of an NXT match, And you know how reels are vertical and it gets cropped, so you can, it's a little different. So you can see the audience really well. And I'm looking at the audience, and literally all the people that can see are sitting there like,
yeah.
This. And you want to know why? As someone who spends a lot of time in Orlando, I can tell you why. Because, so again, I watch any kind of wrestling that's in my close proximity. I don't go to NXT tapings. Why? Not because I'm a hater. I'm not. Because it's a whole process. You have to go on their Facebook. You have to apply. You have to wait for approval. Sometimes it's same day, so you can't make any plans, and you have to be ready or whatever. Then you could drive there, but there's also like buses, so you have to drive to like a certain location, park there, get on the bus, get there. There's no bathroom inside. There's like porta potties. It's hot. It's stuffy. And like, how are you expecting these people to even be into it and even, enjoy the show and create that work? Because like when you have an audience for taped wrestling shows, the audience are cast. Like they're not just fans that can act however. Like they have to be amped up. They have to have the energy, and they just don't have that energy. And that's another thing that like really, really kills the final product. So like, again, maybe it's just me. Maybe there's so many people out there who love NXT to pieces, but NXT TakeOver Mania Week used to be the show to be at. It used to be the best show. Now it's at 11 in the morning on Saturday, and no one goes. And the tickets are $20.
Yo, I thought I was tripping when I saw the time that it started. When I was in Philly, I was like, wait, it starts when? And the fact that I drove past there and I saw so many people lined up, I'm like, they have people under like a spell or something. Because
I mean, it's Mania Week. Mania Week is different because that's the reason people come to see wrestling. So obviously they're gonna go.
No. And I'm only gonna refute this because I have a friend who goes to almost every NXT taping. He tells me that there is a line down the block to get into that building. Even people who didn't go to the forum and do all that stuff. There's people that are just walking up like, can I get a ticket? Can I get a ticket? They have people in a trance with that NXT product. Like one thing
there's
before I let you
cook. There's a line to see the tapings. Because just really quickly, there's a line to see the tapings because they approve more people than the venue can hold.
Right.
Because you show up and there's no guarantee that you'll get in. That's why there's a line.
Like it's to a point now where people are even saying that NXT has the best women's division in pro wrestling right now. Look at you just look so uncomfortable. Like
I'm not gonna say anything. Like I'm not gonna, dunk on women's wrestling.
No, it's false. Let's be honest. It's false. We all know. Come on. Let's be real here. But hold on, wait a minute. Let me read a few comments. Maria said Orlando rocks. Yes, it could be good. It could be good. Yeah, absolutely.
I love Orlando.
Let me see what else we got. Hold on. It is a lot of comments we missed. Holy shit. Somebody got mad. Somebody's angry.
Oh, no.
Somebody's in their fifis. That's okay. Wrestling with Savage said, Mercedes Moné sucks. So many mistakes. She couldn't hold a candle to a woman in NXT, let alone WWE. Stop it. I literally just said this.
Now let's take a wild guess on what they were saying about her when she was in WWE.
Yeah.
Right?
Man. It's too easy to dunk on y'all, man. I'm not gonna fucking lie, but y'all, it's too easy, man. Half the time, y'all can't even substantiate anything y'all say with actual factuals. All right, let's read a couple more. Damn, y'all are in here deep. That is what I am talking about. Now it's over 260 people. Thank y'all for commenting on all platforms that we are live on. It means the world, man. We got Xenia in the building, man. We got a little bit of everything going on. Werner's here. She shimmied. I don't know what that was, but it worked. It happened. We going live. Moda said they can't even get more than 650 fans to attend neither. Said the NXT women's division is not great. Chad said, what's up, busy working? Got to catch Dynamite when you get home, man. We going to talk about it, so you might want to stick around and listen to this audio, my good sir. Mr. Mayhem is throwing tomatoes at the bloodline. I expect no less because I think we're all tired of that at this point.
The new day.
The new
day. Yeah.
Shouts out to all the girls named Nunu. I appreciate every single one of you. You're typically very beautiful light-skinned girls with lip gloss on, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Jesse, Mr. GQ Cantu said facts. The WWE tribalism base are so toxic. It's okay for them to criticize other wrestling, but when you say something about WWE, they throw a wild fit. Not just any fit, a wild fit. That's what he said, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I can't go through all of these, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I want to go through all of them, but we got a show to get to. So, Werner, you know what we do, man. It's funny as hell. I love doing it. It's time for us to light the fuse. Bring the boom.
Dynamite.
That's right. Falsetto and everything. Now, it wasn't a falsetto. It was more like an alto, but you knocked it out the park, my good sir. Good for you. Shouts out to your alto. Not your
on the
alto.
mustache.
That's right. That's right. The mustache helps you get the extra wind on it. That's what it
Yep.
That's what it does.
That's why I go so high.
That motherfucker went. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. We are in here. Okay. The show opens with Swerve Strickland making his entrance, flanked by Prince Nana, per the usual, doing his dance, getting the crowd hype, all of that good stuff. Y'all know what's going on. He hypes up the card for Forbidden Door by way of his main event, AEW World Championship defense against William Ospreay. Sir William Ospreay III. I don't know if he's the third, but that's what he is now, okay? He talks about how he respects Will as a fighting champion, unlike some EVPs who haven't defended their title since winning them, and out comes the Elite as a result of those words. Okada loves the word bitch, so do I in a way, but not right now because Xenia's on the stream. Okay. But Okada tells him, yeah, that's right. Okada tells him to stop because this is his house. Bitch, I said it. I feel better now. Warren, I feel so much better. I got it out my system. There we go.
There you go.
Matt Jackson tells him to cool it and apologizes, but notes they have some business to take care of that involves Swerve. They talk about the trail of destruction they've left and half the roster being gone because of them. And it feels good, but the trolls and bots still doubt them, and even the boys in the back don't think they're violent enough. So they're going to challenge AEW's best in the most violent match in AEW. Blood and guts. They need somebody to just do that. Whenever Blood and Guts is coming around, just somebody to say it just like that would be great. Okay, so they get in the ring, and Matthew talks about how they actually like Swerve because he's a cool young champion, just like them. Y'all are not young. Okay.
None of y'all are young.
Okay. All right. Let's not lie. Let's not lie to our viewers now. All right. And he asked Swerve Strickland if he wants to stand with the winners and change the world. Blood and Guts is 5-on-5, and there's only 4 of them, so they ask if he wants to be the 5th man. They have a pair of Young Bucks Reeboks for him to seal the deal, and he says he doesn't wear a size 9. Ouch, key bibble. Size 9 is kind of wild, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you. And he says, second, nobody wears pearl necklaces anymore. Sir Marge Simpson would have something to say about that. Swerve. Marge Simpson might have some words for you, but it's all right, though. But he said, third, he's a businessman and he does his own stuff. 4, he's a philanthropist. And Prince Nana throws the pimps into the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. And they say the injury bug just landed on Swerve. And, oh, God fucking damn it. The Acclaimed make the save, ladies and gentlemen. Christopher Daniels comes down to regulate and gets the show moving and orders all of them backstage right this minute except for Jack Perry because he's got a match. He's going, I'm not ready. You wrestle in your jeans all the time. Okay? We are not going to tell, like, again, 2 lies, 1 segment. We're not doing that. Young Bucks are not young, and you wrestle in your pants all the time, Jack Perry. Stop it. Okay? It's all right, though. But Werner, go ahead and give your thoughts on this segment real quick, and then we'll get it over to Xenia.
You know, I hate talking starting a show. You know I do. Yeah. I fucking hate talking starting a show, especially when I keep hearing this tagline of "We're the best wrestle." Where's the wrestling?
The no thumbs up? Damn. Okay. All right. There
you go.
There it is.
I want to see wrestling when the show starts. You could have pushed this back to the next segment. Not that hard. I mean, it was a good promo. I have nothing against Swerve. I think Swerve is killing it right now. Is on a different gear. The Young Bucks are still on their same old tired trope of their heel. Like they haven't tried anything new heel. They're still doing the same old.
They literally even have new names. What do you mean nothing new?
Thank you.
Challenge. Here we go. Go ahead, Warner. Continue. Go ahead.
I mean, and then Okada just, I mean, yes, it's funny for him to say bitch, but he's wrestled once since winning that fucking belt? Give me something.
How many times has he wrestled since he won that belt? That's actually a good question.
I really think it's been once.
Twice?
Maybe twice, because because of Anarchy in the Arena.
Twice. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're saying singles matches, I'm sure it's one, but like,
yeah,
I'm
just let's have matches tell stories, not the flapping. If I want flapping, I'll turn on Mondays and Fridays.
Show the people the flapping one more time. I just need to see the flapping one more time.
The flapping.
There we go. That's it.
then I'll put a drill through my head. You know, it's because that's what WWE does.
Ooh, don't get me started. Okay.
But I'm unbiased.
Yeah, you are. You're
yes.
very unbiased. That's right. Good for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Xenia, go ahead and take it away. What did you think of this opening segment?
I don't mind starting the show. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. And I think it's, sometimes good to ease the crowd into it instead of jumping straight into a match. I also do think that Young Bucks are doing something new. They have new names, they have the new shtick, versus the company, everything like that. I also think that for a heel champion who in the story is affiliated with the Authority, it makes perfect sense to not wrestle a lot. I just, I was just listening okay, that's your opinion, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's
but again, the Elite have only wrestled once since winning belts. In tag and singles.
For a heel champion in Power to not wrestle a lot, why would?
Well, no, I get that.
If they
but
were
at least give me twice.
People would be like, why are they putting themselves in a position where they can lose the titles?
I'd rather see more wrestling.
I'll tell you what.
There was so much wrestling, dude. That was a long card. There were a lot of matches. There was an overrun.
Yeah.
You saw.
No, wrestling. I know there was an overrun. But I mean, with those two, with those three, show me more than once every other month. And if you're not gonna have them wrestle, then don't have them show up and rotate somebody in like Wardlow. Rotate somebody in that like Keith Lee. Rotate somebody in like Miro. Rotate somebody in I don't know.
Where is Miro? Is he even signed anymore?
Is he even signed anymore? He lost his wife and his contract. Is that what you said?
I remember there were rumors that he went back to Bulgaria or something.
Yeah, I heard that too. Now, this is beautiful, man, because dissenting opinions is what makes a show exciting, okay? And I'll tell you what. I'm not going to play the best of both worlds thing. I feel like if you are going to have a promo segment open up a show, it has to be a home run. And I feel like Swerve hit a triple. That's not a home run, but it's close. He hit a triple in his promo. I thought it was a really good promo. I'm glad he got to come out there to a hot crowd. Shouts out to Des Moines, Iowa. He came out there to a hot crowd, and they ate it up. I mean, they ate up every word that he said. I do feel like the Elite brought down the momentum of the segment. I feel like they could have gotten home faster to what they were trying to do. And it got to a point where it was like, okay, what can we get to it? What's about to happen next? Let's get to it. Like the segment did what it was supposed to do. Now let's push forward. You get what I'm saying? But outside of that, I enjoyed it. I think Swerve really, really did a good job. I think he did. But the Young Bucks got to come out there and match energy. I feel like the Young Bucks come out there, pardon me, kind of sort of to their own speed. And that could be to the detriment of a segment, and sometimes it could be to the positive of a segment. But tonight, it was to the detriment of the segment. But yeah, that's just where I stand on the whole overall thing. But Werner hates talking to open shows. If you haven't established that by now,
and you don't, and you don't even set the table for the show for tonight at all.
I'll give you that. I'll concede that point. That's actually not a bad point.
You know who I think brought down the momentum of the segment? The Acclaimed.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
That's a fact too.
Revision. Hold on. I'll revise. Facts. Yeah. They actually brought it down. Now that
they were not needed there, and also not to be a hater, but I feel like their claim they're just so fast. Their
expiration date
as a group is just stale. and Max Caster is just says too much out of pocket shit,
Bang,
and it's not
bang,
funny anymore.
bang,
And I'm
bang,
just like praying for him to set Bones free finally, because like I'm just not on board with it anymore. And like, yeah, we were at the point where everyone loved the Acclaimed, including me, but we're just so past that. And I just not loving it anymore. You know?
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest about I call them the Acclaimed, but I'm gonna be honest about them at this point. I agree they're stale, but now it's like if I could just pick up the phone and hit up Tony Khan right now, I'd be like, what's the deal? Like what's keeping you like stuck on them? Like what would make you break them up?
What does Caster have on you?
Right. What would make you break them up? Like honestly, serious question. I would ask him that. What would make you break them up? Because it seems like you have like this WWE New Day-esque obsession with keeping them together, even though they're way past their expiration date. Let it go.
Orange Cassidy of the tag team division.
Don't get me started. We gonna talk about that. Don't even. Oh boy, but yeah, they need to let it go. Even Werner said it. Anthony Bowens would be a pretty good single star. He can really go in the ring. He's not as problematic as Max Caster, who just is a fucking cornball personified, not tell him that to his damn face. And I'm over it. I'm over it. They do not need to be in blood and guts. Prayer circle. Let's get the prayer circle started. I do not want the lame to be in blood and guts. That does not need to happen under any circumstance. Pack it the fuck up. Send it to Duke Juice Town. I'm good. I'm good. I'm so good. Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up, Xenia. That was a really good one. Let's read a couple comments, man. Oh, and by the way, y'all must have forgot. Just because we got to guess it don't mean you don't wipe your feet on the way in. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Hit the Streamlabs link, Cash App, all that good stuff, man. Show the necessary love to the show because look at who we bring y'all, man. Look at one more time. Present yourself one more time. Hold on. Here we go.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I gave her a moment to shine.
It's her first day.
Yeah, I gave her a moment to shine, and she's like, "Who, me?"
Like, what do I do?
We got to get her I'm in training name tag.
Something, a flex, a smile, a nose twinkle, or something.
Nose twinkle?
A nose twinkle, something. I don't know. But damn it. God damn it. What are we going to do with you, Xenia? We gonna work through it. Rhea said Tony Khan thinks they are the New Day. Yes, he does for some reason. Modun said, no, we don't need opening shows with promos. We see enough of this shit in WWE. I don't want 20 to 30 minute promos, 3 to 5 minute promos, straight and to the point. Okay, all right, I feel you. Some of y'all need to put some commas in here.
What? I want more promos in AEW. Because, hear me out, because there's some wrestlers who are great at promos in AEW.
Yeah. And
then we only get that on freaking Twitter or wherever, online exclusive. And some of these promos need to be on TV because contrary to a popular belief, not all of us are terminally on Twitter, and not every single person who watches AEW is terminally on Twitter. So it's needed to further the story. It's just wrestling, which I'm an advocate for a good wrestling per promo ratio. I'm not saying become WWE, but there's some more, a little more.
Werner, she bear trapped you. You know why? Because you literally
no.
You were just saying this last week. No, you were just saying this last week.
Was this last week?
Last week. You were just saying
this. So Xenia, I brought this up, especially with the girls in AEW. So like, if you follow the girls on AEW on Instagram, right? You see every Tuesday or Friday or Saturday, you see them throw the match card up on their stories, right? 9 times out of 10. Okay. There's a perfect opportunity right there to cut a promo. You cut a promo on the women's match, who they're facing, I'm better than, so on and so forth. Yet you never see it.
Okay. Why does a person signed to a televised company have to be put in a position where they have to record parked car phone promos?
Why not? It gets you over organically.
Because it's bringing down the quality of the product, because they're doing the backstage promos at AEW perfectly shot, edited everything. They are putting them out on social media. I honestly feel like Twitter is one thing, okay, like further in feeds for Twitter, cool. But I honestly don't think that TV signed talent should be doing the freaking indie wrestler before a house show in freaking somewhere in Ohio doing the thing.
Don't bring up
like,
Ohio
bigger
around
than you. Like, no, I don't think they should be doing that.
Okay,
so one thing that I firmly believe in is there's a level of quality to every product and every wrestler, and I believe in upkeeping that level.
Okay, so let's go to this. Anna Jay, who hasn't been on in a program since what, 2022, with that New Year's night lights out match with Tay Mello. Hasn't had a promo really since. There you go. Sheeta could be doing it. Jamie Hayter could be doing it. Layla Hirsch could be doing that. Layla Gray could be doing that. Kira Hogan could be doing that. Diamante could be doing that. The Abaddon could be doing that. See who else? Mariah could be doing that.
Do you have the same bone to pick with male talent?
Male talent could be doing it too.
Trouble.
But why are we?
They're not exempt either.
Why is it the women who don't do it? But that's
no. The reason why I pointed out the women because I see more of the women's accounts than I do see the men's.
Okay, I got you. I hear you.
Yeah,
I know who you follow on Instagram now.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now I ain't gonna lie.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you know, wrestling has some beautiful women right now. Let's not be mad about that. Okay, you know.
Right.
But devil's advocate yet again.
But they have a lot of great wrestlers, and they should be trying to get themselves over organically to where fans are like, Tony, put X person in right now.
Even if they do that, I do feel like there should be certain production value to it, which some wrestlers who are signed still work with great videographers and everything. They do that every once in a while. I think that is good. But what does that have to do with what I said? Because I said AEW does put out some great promos online, but I would like more promos in the TV program. What does that have to do with anything?
Because again, you're getting yourself over organically. If you have it, because you're creating more content and creating more layers, and then that gets you that TV time.
Yeah, I'm all for content, absolutely, and that definitely can put people into matches. But what I'm saying is, it's not my gripe with wrestlers. It's in terms of the show structure. I would like more meaningful pre-recorded promos or in-ring promos, because literally there's so little in-ring promos in AEW, and in-ring promos get better reactions than pre-recorded promos because it's live and it's happening in front of the audience. I just do feel like the structure of the show would benefit from it. It's not something that has to do with a particular wrestler who doesn't get enough TV time. It's even, again, the ones that do have the promos, but they are online exclusives, quote unquote.
I feel like if you get more promos in on the show, well, yes, it could advance storylines. It could also turn into a WWE problem where fans are just going to clamor more for the talking than the actual story inside the ring with the match.
Now, Werner, hold on. Let me drop something in the bucket real fast because this is something I don't think either one of y'all are thinking about, and I've listened to both arguments. There is a balance with this, and the balance's name is Mustafa Ali. I'm in Chicago. I've wrestled on the Chicago indie scene. I know exactly how this man functions. Literally what got him over was doing the promos and vignettes off of wherever he was wrestling and doing the promos wherever he was wrestling as well. And you see him still doing that to this day in TNA wrestling, where he has these promos and vignettes that he shoots on his own that are fire. And honestly, that's what got him over on the Chicago indie scene. The ones where he was shooted under the red line here in Chicago in an alley somewhere, that's what got him to where he did get more time in the wrestling ring on the microphone. So it can work in both ways. It can have a balance, but Xenia, here's why I do have to disagree with you, because I agree with Werner on the last point. If it becomes too much talking on television, it don't matter if it's men or women, you're going to attract a fan that is only going to want to see that exclusively. And that takes away from wrestlers' ability to show off what they can do in the ring. And that should never be a thing. It should always be a balance, a healthy balance. And if there's a show before a pay-per-view where it's more promo heavy, that's fine because it's before a pay-per-view. That's cool. I'm okay with that. But you shouldn't be having a promo heavy show and the pay-per-view is like a month and a half out. I'm not saying that's what AEW is doing, but
yeah, I think AEW is so far from that. Like, I agree that there's a balance. Definitely, like, I'm not saying become WWE. I'm not saying go down to 20% of wrestling like freaking SmackDown per TV hour. Like, obviously not. But then again, I'm also all for storytelling in the ring during the matches. That's what I love, and that's what I champion. Like, I 100% agree with that. But another thing we have to understand is most wrestling fans, even the so-called sophisticated wrestling fan who watches AEW, do not have that level of grasp of wrestling to be able to read a story through just the match every single time. That's how we get the complaints on the internet of AEW doesn't tell stories, where it literally does, and it very obviously does, and more so than WWE. But people just don't read in-ring storytelling as story. Like, sometimes people just need to be spoken to. And unfortunately, WWE can't cater to those 500 people per 2,000 in the arena. Like, if we want to scale things, we have to consider, and I'm not saying casual, because a casual viewer is not watching AEW.
Facts.
But I'm saying a little less sophisticated wrestling fan, which is, it's not a bad thing. It's not me insulting people, but it's just like, there's still children in the audience. There's still girlfriends in the audience, and boyfriends and husbands, and there's still friends, and it has to make sense to a person who is not going to be like, because I understand you, because I'm like that. Like, when I watched the Best Friends parking lot fight, the one that sent Chuck to the shelf,
I know that broke your heart.
I was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, oh shit, like they did a similar thing when they had their match in PWG in like 2008 or something. But I'm like that, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry because of that. But not every single person is like that, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Tony Khan has to find that happy medium because something you said, I say all the time on the show, the casual viewer doesn't exist for AEW.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Don't try to appeal to them. We watched them do that in 2023. Don't try to appeal to them. You know why? Because they're not going to come over, because what they perceive to be the industry standard is on the other side.
Yeah. It's a non-wrestling show.
Exactly. So when I saw Tony Khan trying to do that last year with the whole MJF Adam Cole thing, I was like, stop.
It was fun for a little bit, but then
at first it got a couple chuckles out of me, but once it got about 4 months in, I was like, oh, can we end this? We end this? That type of fan that you're hoping to gain from doing stuff like that is not going to come over and watch your show. That's just the hardcore truth of it. If they want sports entertainment, they're going to go watch WWE. They're not going to tune their station to TBS or TNT to watch AEW. And I just felt like that was Tony Khan's biggest mistake as a booker, was last year, pardon me, when he tried to appeal to that fan, the casual fan, that really just doesn't exist for him. It has no existence whatsoever. But y'all made solid points, man. We getting hot in here, man. We getting hot in here already, okay? I wasn't ready. Neither was Werner's mustache. Show her the mustache wind. Show her the mustache wind, Werner.
No, it's not working.
Did you just blow on it? Pause.
No.
You did. You literally just went. That's all right though. You don't gotta own it. That's okay. All right, how many people we got over there on Twitter right now, Matthew Shelton? Give me the updated numbers, man. We appreciate everybody that is in the building right now. Y'all are the shit. All right, man. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Share button, retweet. All of Xenia's fan base, y'all come in here and show love too, goddammit. You know what I mean? Love on her. This time she smiled when I mentioned her name. We're doing better. She's learning on the fly.
My God.
But over 270 people across all platforms. That is a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for the numbers, Matthew Shelton. Let's keep it rolling on tonight's show, man. We got lots more show. Dustin Rhodes going against the scapegoat Jack Perry in the AEW TNT Championship ladder match, qualifying match. God damn it, that was long. Whew. All right. And We have a little thing on this show that we call cheat codes. When it's a match that's just so good, we recommend people just go watch it. It's no point in breaking it down with analysis because it was just that damn good. Now, I won't say this match was a cheat code, but it was a mini cheat code because for some reason, Dustin Rhodes, every time he gets in the ring with somebody like a Jack Perry, a Sammy Guevara, just somebody younger, more spry, more, agile, he turns his game up. And that's exactly what he did in this matchup. It was surprisingly hard hitting. The DDT on the outside that Dustin Rhodes took. Man, this dude loves the fucking game, and you could see it every time he goes out there. But Jack Perry would end up winning with a Busaiku knee, qualifying for the AEW TNT Championship ladder match at Forbidden Door. I am out of breath. Whoever wants to go first talking about the match, go ahead.
I like this match. I thought it was pretty good. I'm still waiting for Jack to hit another gear in a singles match.
Okay.
At least in AEW. I know he did it in New Japan. I'm waiting for that gear to happen in AEW.
Yeah, I like the match. I like blood. I like concrete. I like all that.
I like concrete.
It's an easy way to my heart.
This concrete is so pretty.
It's so beautiful.
Concrete, and I'm sold. No, no, but I like the match. I've been really, really enjoying Jack Perry. Like, it's so funny that we're coming kind of full circle and realizing that CM Punk did Jack Perry a favor and brought him to the next level, and he's now the most interesting, intense, and great that he's ever been. Like, for a while I did like fan interviews before shows, but I also was doing like my opinions, and a lot of people liked Jack Perry before, but literally if you watch those videos back, in almost every single video I'm like, I just want like a full repackage for Jack, because they were doing it so like gradually and like not switching the music and not really switching the name and like still saying Jungle Boy, and he was still like babyface almost, and it's like, just pull the trigger and like do something else. And that something else finally happened after he got freaking choked out by Pepsi Phil. But
Pepsi Phil.
But he's great now, and his presentation is great. The freaking truck or bus or whatever it is great. The logo is great. The merch is great. The glass references are like, I just love it. I've been really, really enjoying him.
Wait. We got a donation that came through. Werner, your boy is back. Your prison men are back to show you the love that you deserve, sir. Uso came through with 3 schmackaroos with the looking eye emojis. And Werner, I know that was for you. Gay Uso always comes in here and shows the love to you, sir. You got to tell us about the prison stories. Uh-oh. Got to tell us about the prison stories, my good sir.
Don't have any prison stories.
He's lying. He doesn't want to claim you. I'm sorry. He doesn't want to claim you. It's not your fault. Trust me. He still loves you. He just has some things he's going through. It's all right. Don't worry, Gay Uso. Don't worry about it. Okay. But Gay Uso, thank you for the donation. We appreciate you. Okay. Frames dropped for a second, but we are still here. Sorry about that, y'all. We are still here. If it goes out, Xenia is still going to be here. We're going to come back for part 2, man. It is what it is. Streams have issues. It is what it is, y'all. All right. Let me see what we got. Oh, okay. Wait, Mo Dunn said, Dustin is so underrated. I hoped he had a title run of some kind in AEW. Likely won't happen. No, probably not. But, every time he goes out there again, he still tries to give the fans his all, and that's what matters at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that dude's back hurts like hell. I am half his age, and my damn back hurts every day. So I can only imagine what Dustin is going through. So salute to him for being a vet in the business, passing down the game, because a lot of vets are gatekeepers. That's something that they won't tell you about the wrestling business if you've never been in it. A lot of veterans are gatekeepers. They'll take all of their knowledge into retirement with them and then say these young kids don't know shit. Hi, bully. Oh yeah, I'm on it tonight. I told you I'm gonna be on that all 2024. I'm taking shots, man. I'm taking shots. AR-15 is out. Okay. Too True for Life said Dustin Rhodes is a veteran who could tell stories easier than most. Oh, it comes very easy to him.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I agree with that 1,000%. Adrian Carpenter said, I believe that the biggest problem is that the 20-year monopoly has dumbed down the fan base to the point that they don't understand the concept of in-ring storytelling. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair point.
I agree 100%.
I like that comment. I like that one a lot. All right, Jesse has said, agreed, Xenia. I love storytelling within the wrestling matches, and AEW Talent does a good job with that. Everything doesn't have to involve a soap opera.
True.
That's all she had. She said, true.
I agree.
That was such a gentle true. I like that. She said, true. Shouts out to you, man. Shouts out to you. All right, guys. Mr. Mayhem said, I never liked Jack Perry. I always thought he was lame as hell. Well, there it is. There it is. That's how he feels. That is how he feels. Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all. Now, since y'all are in here commenting. Hey, there you go. Since you are in here commenting, doing what you were supposed to do, man, hit that like button, hit that share button, man. Keep the donations coming through. Gay Uso, feel free to contribute to the show and love on Werner some more. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Show him his love, man. He misses you, no pause. Okay? So it's all love, man. Let's move on with AEW Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. Renee Paquette interviews Kyle O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Oh, God. Orange Cassidy. And thank God.
What's with the Orange Cassidy hate?
We'll get there. And thank God for Mark Briscoe, because Mark Briscoe saved this promo in every shape, form, and fashion. He is a wild dude. Love his energy. And Mark Briscoe says, you can't get where you're going by looking in the rearview mirror. And they have a conglomeration of dangerous individuals tonight. And Kyle's going to snatch your leg off and kick you in your face. Orange is the main man with the plan who will rock your jaw. And he's the most dangerous, unpredictable man in wrestling. And you can just get your ass whooped. And Orange Cassidy admits he's not doing great after the other leave. Okay, guys. Thank God for Mark Briscoe. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. And salute to Willow. We love Willow here as well. Willow. Hi, Willow.
So fucking adorable.
Friend of the show. Hi, Willow. Oh, we got another one. God damn it, I'm going to fuck that name up. Unkwumbathi. I think I got it. Tushmakru says, Xenia, Mr. Starks, and Kevin. Here we go with the Kevin thing again. God damn it. The trio I never knew I needed. Well, Xenia, she don't like us for real, man. She just...
No.
She don't like us.
Oh, that's not true.
I love you all guys. In the eyebrows. I see it.
That's where she's hiding the blade.
The blade is there.
The eyebrows.
The blade is there. She gets her eyebrows threaded, and it's dangerous for most people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that shit hurts. I'm not gonna lie. See, y'all women, what y'all put yourselves through to look is the way y'all look. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I did that shit for a prank video, and I promise I was like, women actually do this to themselves. That shit was not fun. I was like, get me out of this damn chair.
Keeping the illusion. You're welcome.
Hey, man. Good
Enjoy the view.
Good for y'all, man. Good for y'all. I ain't mad at it. Okay. Go ahead.
Real quick. I feel like Willow was supposed to say something, but then Mark Briscoe just completely took over.
Oh,
because if you notice, Renee did signal in Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he broke Kyle O'Reilly. You could tell Kyle O'Reilly called it audible.
He was gone. He's like, I'm out of here.
He was like, I am just going to walk off so I don't laugh on camera. I get it. It, Kyle O'Reilly. Next up, we had Dion Roosman. Was it Roosman?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I fucked that up. Dion Roosman going against, Werner, you guessed it, Roosh.
It's fucking Rush.
Roosh.
It's Rush.
That's right.
Where's the O's? Where are the O's?
Bang,
Tell me where they're.
Bang.
Do you speak Spanish?
How everyone pronounces it, there's O's in it. Tell me where the O's are.
Do you speak Spanish?
No.
Well, exactly. It's Rouge.
Werner's like, America.
I speak Spanish.
It's spelled out R-U-S-H.
Rush.
Rush.
Well, can you imagine that other languages exist? Oh my gosh.
Oh
no other language.
It's
just America.
I'm gonna blow your mind. It's not Phoenix, it's Fenix.
Yeah, Phoenix is fine.
It's not Phoenix, it's Fenix.
Well, tell that to the announce crew.
I would like to.
Because they all say Phoenix.
She's on your neck. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. She's on your neck like Cody's tattoo. It's kind of crazy.
Don't compare me to Cody's tattoo.
Well, you know what? You're not Cody's tattoo, but you being a nightmare for Werner right now. He's probably gonna be like, God damn it! I tried to tell her about America. She corrected me and asked me if I knew Spanish.
I speak 3 languages. How many do you speak?
Oh, well, she talking to you, Warner. You know I speak a little Spanish myself.
I speak broken German.
Broken
Okay.
German. Okay, all right.
Very
so
broken.
When we're talking about Gunther, then we'll talk to you about that.
Roosh?
About the pronunciation.
I still prefer to call him Walter.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not going to lie. All right, but shouts out to Roosh. Roosh won by pinfall in a really quick match, and he beat the holy shit out of this guy. Then he grabs a mic.
Yeah, he was like throwing him around.
Oh, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. Then he puts his foot on his neck after the match, grabs a mic from ringside and comes back to the ring, and he cuts promo. He calls him a typical weak American. And he hammers him with elbows and kicks him in the corner. And MJF makes a save. Now, guys, we said this as soon as we saw it happen. The foreign I hate America gimmick is so washed.
It's the 80s all over again.
Like, he's way more talented than that. Like,
I agree.
I hate America. Like, no.
I hate the place that gives me a job.
Yeah. Oh, Warner, you doing it again.
You're on thin ice.
I'm wrong.
No.
Tell me I'm wrong.
But it's charged when you say it like that.
Yo, if you hear a knock
charged?
at your apartment door, Warner, don't open it because that is definitely going to be her getting ready to give you this work.
No.
All right. Whoosh, by the way, Warner, just so you know.
Nice.
Rush.
Yeah, not a fighter.
You want to talk about what you have against Alex Abrahantes too while we're at it?
Hey, he was not there tonight. I am excited.
That is not.
Why do you hate him? What did he do to you?
It's a waste of space. He doesn't do anything on the fucking show. He doesn't translate because both Fenix and Penta can speak perfect English. He doesn't need to be there.
Perfect English?
Yes.
Are we talking about the same Penta?
Yes.
No. He's
I
gotten
even
better.
suffered an RJ City Pro video to see that he
Why
could
did
speak
your voice
English.
crack?
You want a fun fact? So when Alex got put with Penta for the first time, when they did this like backstage promo, right, with the Penta says thing for the first time, that was a shoot. Like Penta was supposed to do this promo himself in English, and he couldn't. So they got Alex. So no, Penta's English is far from perfect now.
Penta
It's perfect
says.
now. Don't even start.
And man, the greatest hype man to ever do it in the history of the business.
No, he's not.
He wears the glove like Cisco in the Thong Song video. The GOAT, Alex Abrahantes, my
He's
good
not
friend.
a goat.
Hater. Oh my god.
Oh no. Well, Werner, can you
There's
tell
so
me
much
what Penta
hate
says?
in your heart.
No, there's not hate in my heart.
You're
Werner,
just in denial, but you have to release it.
Werner,
You'll feel better.
Werner, can you tell me what
What?
Penta says?
He says he can speak his own dang English.
Why did you have to move your mic when you said it?
I don't know.
The tick, he's just nervous.
Oh God, this is why I love doing this show, ladies.
Literally, I
and
see
gentlemen.
the comment that says, Warner, stop lying.
Oh,
I
no.
completely
No,
agree.
see, no, these are all trolls, is what they are. They
Now
love
they're
trolling me,
trolls?
just like
Sure,
Daryl likes to troll me all the
sure.
time.
I'm not trolling.
If that helps you sleep at night, then of course.
Wait,
I sleep fine.
wait,
I
hold
sleep like a
on.
baby.
Hold on, Werner, now I got smoke for you. How the fuck am I trolling you on something you say?
Oh,
You
man.
say you hate
Because you
Alex-
do.
You say you hate Alex Abrahantes all the time.
Yes, I
The
do.
poor man doing his job.
That doesn't need to be there. That's not a job he needs to be doing.
The whole reason he was put there, because they need him.
They don't need him. They don't need him anymore.
Okay.
Put him back on commentary. Oh wait, Carlos Cabrera is there.
Speak English, Commander.
Huh?
You know who else doesn't really speak English? Commander.
Really? I didn't know that.
He needs Alex.
Well, then fine. Pair him up with Commander.
Yeah, let's meet in the middle. Let's just agree on that.
Oh boy.
Just Commander.
Oh
No
boy.
one else.
Yo, I'm sorry. That was funny. That little interaction was great. Shouts out to everybody in the building, man, watching live right now. Twitter, y'all need to step y'all game up on the comments because we got a good one here tonight. We got a goodie. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what's the number right there? It's always blocked. Okay, 281. So that means just on all platforms alone right now, over 300 people watching this trio get on down. I love to see it, man. Thank you. But fucking wow. Okay. Moving on before Werner has another fit. All right. But they but MJF
not having a fit.
Yeah, you about to really have a fit.
We all
now.
feel a little hormonal sometimes. It's fine.
Oh no. Oh no. No. Werner, are your nipples tender?
No.
You know how like women have the cycle like every month?
Okay. Men
have their hormonal cycle within 24 hours. So maybe it's just that time of day.
Time of day. Did you just say time of day? And
biology.
Hold on. At 10:48 p.m. Central, this is Werner's time of day. That's such a weird time.
Did you guys cycle yet?
I didn't know this was a thing.
Every 10:48, I feel weird. Oh, man. But MJF and Roosh brawl in the ring, trading punches with reckless abandon, fighting to the outside. MJF throws him over the barricade, and they head into the crowd. That was a long fight in the crowd. They were out there for a solid little amount of time, by the way.
Yeah.
Then the brawl continues to the back, and MJF slams Roosh through a table, and his head hits the fucking brick wall, ladies and gentlemen. If you were paying attention, his head went clunk right off the brick wall. Now, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm sure he didn't mind.
When Roosh threw the trash can at MJF, I lost it. I fucking lost it. It was hilarious. The way it bounced off of MJF's head was pretty fucking funny. But the locker room empties, and it was badass. It was a lot of fun. And they're going to be in commercial-free action next week to open up the show, and I'm actually looking forward to that because less of MJF cutting the same promo over and over again and more him wrestling against Roosh. I'm with it. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think it's going to have a definitive finish, I'm here for it. I'm not going to lie to you. Guys, give your thoughts on this individually. Warren, are you going to call Rush Roosh tonight?
No.
Oh. Go ahead, sir. Give your thoughts.
Before they announced that match, I was really, really nervous they were going to put this on Forbidden Door.
Okay.
I really thought they were going to do that. The jobber match was fine. It advanced the story, I guess, until MJF came out and had a balls to the wall fight. They need to have that same energy next week. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, but hopefully. Because you never know what MJF is going to show up.
Hey, true. I'll give you that. Go ahead, Ziggy.
Yeah, like you said, I also hate the whole like stupid Americans thing. I just feel like it's, like I said, cheap heat. Like it could be more complex than that. It could be better than that. But fortunately it's not. But I'm also excited for the match. I think it's going to be great. No notes.
There we go. Straight to the point. And Werner, as we close out, I'm only going to get to say this one more time. Roosh. There you go, sir. That's for you.
Roosh. El Toro Blanco.
El Toro Blanco. All right. Werner's over there like, ¿por qué? Oh, man. But next up, we had Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Roderick Strong going against Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe, and that orange fuck.
Oh, God.
You take that back.
I'm not taking a damn thing back.
She loves to put her hands in her pockets.
I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. The same obsession Tony Khan has with the Acclaimed, he has with Orange Cassidy. Look, I like the same way how you said about the Acclaimed, it has a shelf life. I feel like the Orange Cassidy thing has a shelf life and it has ran its course. And he pushes him like John Cena, and I'm just over it. I'm over it. Whenever he has to lose.
Hey, listen, every company needs a John Cena.
Oh, my fucking God.
Oh, my God.
Are we going to do this? Okay, so Werner's probably happy because now some heat is about to come off of him and it's about to go on me. Xenia, statistically. Statistically. No. Statistically.
It's a friendly discussion.
We about to get into facts, data, statistics. A little bonus right here. Every year that Cena was on top, business went down. Business went down. You can look this up yourself.
Because he sucks. He's
right.
Bad.
Okay, so we agree then.
But Orange is not bad. Orange is great.
Will you concede to this
Orange
point?
is the face of the... Orange is literally one of the best workers in the company.
Wait, will you concede to this point? Once you've seen one Orange Cassidy match, you've kind of seen them all.
No.
Really?
No, I really disagree with that. Especially, like, I think his character work is great, honestly. If you watch closely. Because, like, the way, like, his second international title win was so different from the first. The body language, the interactions with the best friends thing, the feud with Trent now, the music change, the way that he came out in, like, the darker then. Like, if you look at it, and, like, then they had the whole angle before then with, like, oh, like, this time he's actually going to try, and he did. And he has amazing matches. He has great character work if you pay attention. If you are not a bore who's like, oh, this is just comedy wrestling, I'm not going to pay attention, then his character work is great if you actually pay attention. One thing I will say, as a number one Trent trash, I will say that I think it would have made sense either for Trent to win at Double or Nothing, or for them to continue the feud, which they are. But if Trent doesn't eventually win something, then it's just not going to make sense. And I honestly, like, the biggest problem with Orange's booking that I had was that he lost the international title to Moxley. That I very rarely have a problem with AEW's booking, but I had a big problem with that because Moxley didn't need that. He's already over, and then Orange was super over in his reign, so he could have, like, put someone over really big, but that didn't happen. So no, I think Orange is great. I do have a bit of a bone to pick with him in terms of, like, best friends, because best friends are my favorites, and he was dragging them down, and they did get turned into his butlers pretty much, which I don't love that, but I don't think it's his fault. And, I know he's held to a very high regard inside the company, not just by Tony Khan, but by the producers, by the agents. He's just a great worker who can have a great match with anyone.
Okay, so excuse me. So here's how I'm gonna do this, because when it comes to conceding, when it comes to something that I've done, I've seen, and I know that the producers and everyone likes him. I'm aware of that information as well. But I'm going to agree to disagree with you on this one, because we can microscope and nitpick the little things like the darker denim. I agree with you. I've seen all that stuff. But what I'm telling you is Orange Cassidy is like a Rubik's Cube. It's only so many colors, and it's only one resolution. All colors are going to align, and I feel like Orange Cassidy's Rubik's Cube in AEW has been solved. And there's nothing else. Like, there's no complexities. And you know what? I agree with you with the best friends thing. I agree with you with the Trent book and the Dublin. I agree with you on that. But when it comes to Orange Cassidy as a wrestler, once the Rubik's Cube is solved, you can't do anything but start it over. And that's what I feel like Orange Cassidy is. He's a Rubik's Cube. We've seen the colors on all sides. There's really not much more to see. When I think about that, I think about Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko, once we saw everything Dean Malenko could do, it was like, okay, this is what Dean Malenko is. You get what I'm saying? Whereas you had Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And you definitely have a point, 100%.
Yeah.
But I do feel like, again, another problem that I might have with Orange's booking is that, like, they're teasing all these, like, changes in attitude, but then it never really goes all the way. Like, I agree with that. But I do think that, like, if something does happen, as in, like, Trent beats him and maybe he turns heel after that or something like that, like, then he could, like, keep riding that wave.
Wait, no. Me and Werner said this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but me and Werner said this. If that happens, we'll be fine with that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you that we're at the point where something has to happen.
Yeah. It's like we've seen every side that you have. You have to evolve. You have to evolve. Like, things that don't evolve, just not even in wrestling, in real life, things that don't evolve are doomed to perish. And I feel like Orange Cassidy has reached that point where it's like, dude, you gotta do something else, man. Because other people's booking are suffering as a result of being associated with you. And that's not a good thing in the business.
And I don't think it's his fault, but I 100% agree with you that, like, he's running around destroying people, like, in storyline. Like, he destroyed Kip Sabian, whom I really, really like. He destroyed Chuck Taylor. He's on his way to destroy Trent if nothing happens. If no one pulls the lever on that. Like, yeah, and Trent is my favorite wrestler of all time. So I'm obviously like, I'm very emotionally invested in this feud, and maybe even to a point where it's in a bad way, because I'm just like sitting here with my fingers crossed, like, please don't ruin this man's career,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that was the problem with Cena. It got to a point of where his booking was to the detriment of not just whoever he was facing, but the entire product. Because it was a matter of, if you have a favorite wrestler, it was only a matter of time before you said, what? Here comes Cena.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think we're just, I'm trying to like not project it onto Orange the Worker, because I do genuinely enjoy his wrestling and his character work and his matches.
Get that.
But I do have a problem with his booking for sure.
And Tony Khan is going to have to loosen up the reins and let him evolve. Yeah. If he wants to turn the tide of the opinion of his naysayers, that's how he's going to do it. But if Tony Khan is not interested in silencing the naysayers of Orange Cassidy, he could just keep going with what he's doing, and that's fine. And we'll continue to be like his booking his shit, and we'll continue to just not put much investment into his segments and his matches. But something has to give. I think we both agree on that. Something has to give.
Yeah, for sure.
And we thought the trigger was going to be pulled with the Don Callis thing, and when it didn't happen, we were just kind of like, what? We were like, then what was the point of all that?
Yeah. Like I said, they either have to continue and eventually have Trent win something, or it just makes zero sense, this whole thing.
Agreed. Now let's read a couple comments. Tony Hayes said, I got one hand in my pocket and the other is flipping Tony Khan the bird. God damn. Okay. All right. Tony Hayes also said Orange Cassidy had an orange juice match with Jericho. How can anyone defend that?
Oh, I forgot about mimosa match.
I love that. I thought that was great.
That's because you be drinking mimosas, goddammit.
Yes, and look, I love, like, that's part of the reason why I love the AEW so much from the get-go, because my favorite genre of wrestling is tomfoolery. And as long as they keep providing that for me, I'll love AEW.
Okay, all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. John UW said, what up? Yeah, I'm late, my bad. I just got home. No, why are you late? Pay your late fees. Nope, You know better. You know better, man. Said the best Orange Cassidy match was when he wrestled a rent-a-cop who had an invisible gun. The ref got shot. Xenia, did you see this one?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'm going to have to find out. I don't know what the hell that's about. Mo Dunn said, give Orange Cassidy the wrong directions for next week's show.
Bruh. Real quick. Orange Cassidy has the most wins in AEW history.
Really?
He has more than Jon Moxley, and he's in second.
I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Well, damn. All right. Wait. Matthew Sheldon, over 300 alone on Twitter. Thank you for informing us, man. The numbers are going up, man. People are watching. People said we going to come see Xenia tonight. We pulling up. Heavy. And I already know this is going to go double platinum on motherfucking Facebook, because for some reason we get thousands upon thousands of views on Facebook. So yeah, I'm a send Xenia the numbers after we're done, because we got to see how much of a draw she is.
Maybe she start doing Facebook.
Yeah, no, we gonna start seeing how much of a draw she is, so we can bring her back to the show. Maybe we'll see. All right. Wait, hold on. Maria said, I think Orange Cassidy is going to win the TNT Championship. I don't want it to happen, but it's Tony I'm worried about. Fair. Can't get mad at that assessment. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into this. Let's get into this match. I feel like this is not me just picking on them. I feel like the heels did the better work in this matchup. That shouldn't be the case when the baby faces are, I would say, pretty good wrestlers. That should never happen. So the heels outshining the baby faces in a wrestling aspect, that goes against everything I believe in when it comes to traditional wrestling format. But that's what happened in this match, kind of, sort of. But it ended up being a mini cheat code of a match, because I think Kyle Fletcher was bumping his ass off in this match, selling his ass off in this match. Takeshita did the damn thing. Kyle O'Reilly did the damn thing. And I overall enjoyed it. But I have to say who won, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So I'm going to talk about it. A pile driver on Kyle Fletcher from Mark Briscoe picked up the win for his team. And guys, that ended the match. Xenia, I'm going to toss to you first for this one. What did you think of this match?
I thought it was good, but I also agree with what you said that heels did the better job. But also, like, they were kind of doomed to do a better job because they're more of a cohesive unit, I feel, than the baby faces who are like thrown together. I feel like it made great sense in terms of like the storylines because there's Orange who's with Trent, and then there's Kyle who's doing his thing, who's getting the win, getting the pin, and then like Roderick Strong has this whole thing with Kyle where there's tension. So like it made sense to further all of that. We love to see it. Willow came out. Chris beat up Willow. We get a little more women on the screens. Also good. Also a good thing. Like, I wouldn't say it was like my favorite thing in the world, but yeah, it worked. It did its job.
There you go. There you go. Warner, give your thoughts on this one, sir.
Wrong person got pinned. Why is a world champion getting pinned?
True.
So are they setting up for Death Before Dishonor, Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I mean, not that we watch a ton of Ring of Honor, but like, why is a world champion getting pinned? That's my only thing. I thought it was an okay match, but you gotta have a reason why you're having a world champion pinned.
No, I agree.
And it was not explained by commentary at all.
And that's something where you have to explain that to your viewer. You have to go, okay, well, this sets Kyle Fletcher up in line to get a title shot against Mark Briscoe at the next paper. You gotta talk to the crowd. You gotta talk to them because if they don't know what the hell is going on and they see, oh, this guy's the Ring of Honor World Champion, and they see him get pinned, they're gonna be like, oh, he must not be very good. So I agree with that. I actually agree with that 100%. And let's be real, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe would have a really good match.
Yeah.
So Warner, I got to give it to you on that one. I absolutely agree with that. Now, to go back to what I was saying a second ago, if the heels can outperform baby faces in your company, you have a problem. You have a problem. Whether that be booking, whether that be talent disparity, whatever the case may be, that is something that should almost never happen unless it's a pay-per-view. If it's a pay-per-view, sure, let the heel get their shit in and do what they need to do and turn up at the pay-per-view. But there's no reason why on a regular-ass Dynamite, the heel should be outperforming your baby faces that you invest so much in. Now, they kind of cleaned it up a little bit with the post-match angle and everything that happened, as Xenia explained, but like, I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of that, and that booking needs to get a little bit better. I think that falls more so on booking. So we'll see what happens with that. We shall see. All right, Werner, you're about to get pissed off again. Renee Paquette is backstage with Ray Fenix. And says he told her he knows just how good Ray Fenix is, but he's one of one. Christopher Daniels then cuts a promo about how the Elite are going to have to do title eliminator matches with no one allowed at ringside. And now we are getting Hook and Samoa Joe versus the Premier Athlete brand. I hate that fucking name with every fiber of my existence. Okay.
Why?
It's dumb. It's dumb. Okay, but Ari Daivari and Tony Nese, we got an appearance of Ari Daivari and Tony Nese, ladies and gentlemen, on AEW Dynamite, guys. So go ahead and look outside. It might be a full moon. I actually enjoyed the little pre-match thing with, was Shibata holding the camera?
Yeah, Shibata always holding the camera.
Yeah, I liked that. I actually liked that, and I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with the Samoa Joe and Hook pairing. Something tonight felt different than it's felt in the last 2 weeks since this has started, where it feels like they're starting to develop a chemistry, where it feels like Hook might actually come out on the other side of this a better talent. And if that is the case, good, because Hook has been getting absolute dog shit. So let's see what happens here, man. I'm interested to see what happens here, but obviously this one was a quick one, guys. Hook and Samoa Joe win by submission with Red Rum from Hook on Ari Daivari. And then Shibata ringside chokes out Smart Mark Sterling just for no good reason. Why not? Why not? Just because he's there.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? He's a choke candidate. That sounded freaky. I'm pausing that.
Oh,
God damn. that had a little freaky sauce on it. I paused it. But guys, give your thoughts on this. Whoever wants to go first.
I like Premier Athletes quite a lot.
I saw that coming.
They literally probably are one of my favorite factions in wrestling right now. I don't know where the hell is Josh Woods and why he wasn't there. Josh Woods does have a bit of a reputation for not showing up to shows, having other plans. But yeah, it was good to see them on Dynamite, and it was good. Like, it was more meaningful than a local talent squash would be. So I thought it was good. They're great sellers, so, and that's all they were doing the whole match. So, you know, good for them. I've always liked Hook a lot, and not for the reason that people might think, because people think that he's like cute or whatever, which I'm, for the record, not attracted to Hook. But I just think like I think he has like it, and some people think it is a myth, but I think he has it, and I think like his in-ring style is very unique. But like, I don't know if that's because he actually needs it or for some other reason, but he's literally barely spent any time in AEW without being paired with someone else, like with some manager or mentor or anything else,
Cassidy.
like we had. Or
Danhausen.
Oh
Danhausen.
my God. Yeah, just let him have like a normal freaking singles run. And I've been, you know, clamoring for that. I don't know if the reason for that is that he's actually not ready yet, or it just the booking happened to be that. But you're right. I agree that, you know, there's some good chemistry now with Samoa Joe, and yeah, I'm, you know, excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Werner, give your thoughts, man.
I wonder if he doesn't trust himself yet enough, because a lot of the times, a lot of the moves he does is just an exploder. He'll get a few punches in and an exploder. So I'm hopeful that Samoa Joe can get him out of that malaise of that type of wrestling and just try something new. But I'm kind of curious if this is going to go to Samoa Joe versus Hook at some point again.
That's the hope.
I would like that.
Yeah. And the walkaway spot Hook did in this matchup, I love that. I love that. That's what pro wrestling is all about. Him copying Samoa Joe. Keep this going. Let's see where this goes. I feel like Tony Khan gives up on Hook's creative way too easily. You know what I mean? He gave up on Wardlow's creative way too easily, and he gives up on Hook's creative way too easily. Invest in his creative and see where it goes. Invest in this Samoa Joe thing and see where it goes. And for God's sake, if he gets some momentum, don't tether him to someone who's not as over. Please.
Exactly. I feel like it's almost a bigger problem in terms of the modern viewer of anything, like with the clip brain, with the TikTok brain, where it's almost like the viewer just wants a new toy every month. And I feel like maybe booking is a bit of a, you know, victim in that fight, that like, okay, this didn't immediately bring them to the very top of the freaking company, so let's just give up on that and let's just like rinse them, and for someone else, well, that happens, and then get them back. Like I think we all here agree that long-term storytelling is becoming a lost art, and I think AEW is really good at it sometimes. And you know, maybe because people don't complain about freaking Game of Thrones when they have to watch someone develop through 4 episodes. Like, it doesn't have to be immediate every time.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Sting and Darby thing. Like, look at how it started and look at how it finished. You know what I mean? So long-term storytelling is possible. You just have to commit yourself to it. And that's a weakness that Tony Khan has right now, but I feel like he's way better at it than most. So even though it's a weakness, it's a pretty strong weakness, if I'm being completely honest. Because Lord knows we do not get it anywhere else. I'm just going to leave it at that.
True.
Oh, boy.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's bad. But Stephanie Vaquer cuts a promo about Mercedes Moné, calling her out for her arrogance. She's arrogant, everybody. If you didn't know, Mercedes Moné is arrogant, according to Stephanie Vaquer. Okay. Next up, we got Mercedes Moné going against Zeuxis. I think I'm saying that wrong, but I'm trying. I'm trying. I forgot the pronunciation, but it was for the AEW TBS Championship. And I tell you what, man, this match surprised me in every which way possible. And it shows why I put in the thumbnail that Mercedes Moné, to me personally, is better than most women in the WWE women's division right now, because the fact that she can go out there and work with an opponent from a style that she's never worked with before. Like, never even gotten close to. And still have what I consider a pretty good match. Shows you just how talented and valuable she is as a pro wrestler. And not just as Sasha Banks the boss and, you know, and all that bullshit and all of the pomp and circumstance. No, she can actually get in that ring and fucking go. And I promise you, if you compare the matches she's had since she's been active, which has only been about what now, 3 or 4? Match it up with any of the top women in WWE and their matches over the course of the last year. None of them come close. None of them. And that is just invaluable. You'll spend however much you need to spend to get a Mercedes Moné underneath your umbrella. And that's something Tony Khan understands that WWE didn't, because they didn't value her enough to let her showcase what she was capable of. But this was a great fucking match. Zeuxis got a chance to show what she was capable of. Look, cheat code. I'm just going to say it was a cheat code. Mercedes Moné retained. This was great. I want y'all to go watch this for yourselves. It was great. Somebody, anybody, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was great too. And I think, it makes perfect sense in terms of the story, because apparently Zeuxis was the first ever CMLL women's tag champion with Stephanie Paquer. I didn't know that. I admittedly don't follow CMLL as closely as I probably should. But, made sense. And honestly, like in terms of wrestling, I feel like Mercedes is now, if anything, better than she ever was in WWE. And be it because she worked to improve, which I'm sure she did, or be it because just the format allows her to showcase way more than she was allowed to showcase in WWE. And that's not even her most valuable asset. Her most valuable asset is her star quality, which not a lot of wrestlers have, even not a lot of TV signed wrestlers have. She's extremely palatable to the outside audience. She knows what she's doing in terms of social media, in terms of press, in terms of movie premieres. Like she's one of the faces of the company right now, and she's the perfect person to be just that, because she has the look, she can talk, she can walk the walk, she has the charisma, and like I said, she knows how to be over, quote unquote, or popular with the outside audiences, and that's her main asset. And her being great at wrestling is just a great addition.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Warner.
I was very surprised by this match. I thought this was supposed to be a squash match, and it over-delivered by a long shot. I really like Zeuxis. I think bring her over more. Let's use this CML. Let's use this women's division more. Let's use Stardom a little bit more. I even thought about this. Why not have AEW team up with New Japan, Stardom, and CMLL.
You got it right this time. There we go.
I did. and bring back the video game World Tour. And have every roster.
Let's get it. I'm with it.
People would buy it.
Wait, and Byron Jude, we got a lot of new commenters tonight. Shouts out to y'all saying, all right, how y'all doing? We good in the building, man. Well, I don't know about Xenia. She's still murderous. But she's good. She's good. She's good.
I'm so nice. Yeah. I'm so nice.
Why the fuck you lying?
Ask anyone. Anyone would tell you I'm the sweetest freaking thing.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop.
Oh my God. Lying. Guys, write some comments and tell me if you think I'm nice, because I'm being gaslit right now.
Yeah, whatever you say. Tony A said, I would also like to see Moose versus The Miz.
Whoa. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that.
And I'm a Miz fan, but literally no one wants to see it.
No one has asked for that.
Okay.
No one.
All right. If that's what you want to see, that's what you want to see. And wait, he added to it. He said, they both like nice suits. Have it sponsored by Men's Warehouse.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And that was
You're gonna like the way you look.
Yeah, we'll guarantee it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Adienka Oscar, I'm gonna fuck that last name up. Came through with one Smackaroo donation. So, guys, for the first time tonight, we are going to where, Werner?
The church.
Oh shit! Here we go. Sometimes you just catch the Holy Ghost and you knock a keyboard over. That is perfectly fine, beautiful people. But what matters is that Holy Spirit consumes you, and we just went to church. And shouts out to Xenia still being here, rocking out with us with the good lighting. You know what I'm saying? Hair in the perfect position, social tourist shirt on. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Everything's. Did you just do a box? All right, that's cool. Did she? That time
She's
you pushed
working on her miming career.
Yeah, she said, "Huh." If you, in case you didn't know what I got in front of me,
just air.
Air. That you ain't got no damn air in front of you. God damn it! Stop that. Stop that,
Sir. Behave yourself.
Liar. We're not going to continue lying on this show, ladies and gentlemen. But like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang, show the necessary love. We appreciate all of y'all being in here, rocking this shit out. I can't wait to see how platinum this shit went on Facebook after we are done. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all always show up and show out on the playbacks. I like that. Next up, we get a Mina Shirakawa hype reel, and I am just the most excited man on the planet. I tell you what, Mina Shirakawa, just keep doing what the hell you doing.
I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch.
Whatever you said, yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All of it, and then some.
You could have said go to Whole Foods. Yep. Damn it. Absolutely. You Nikes? Yep, I agree. Nikes. PlayStation 5? Hell yeah. That's right, Mina. Whatever you say, we are here for it. So shouts out to Mina Shirakawa. In all seriousness, her English is actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So salute to her for cutting the promo in English, killing it, and giving some background on, you know, her background with Mariah May. I thought it was dope. Anybody want to talk about it? Anybody? Somebody? Anybody?
I love how they're doing this. I love what they did with this with Stephanie. They're doing this with Mina. They need to keep doing this. Shingo, that was great too. I mean, keep doing this. Even if it's not Forbidden Door, keep doing this.
So that no WWE bunch of numbers on Twitter can say that they didn't get the video package.
Yeah.
That's because they don't watch.
They don't watch.
They don't watch. They make all these wild claims and they don't watch.
Yeah, I've literally had people say like, "Oh, we didn't get the video package," or like, "Oh, the announce team didn't say anything about this," when they literally did. When that literally happened on that show. So yeah.
Yeah, we know how this goes at this point, unfortunately. But Renee Paquette interviews Toni Storm as she strokes Mariah May's hair. Mariah May cuts her off to thank Toni Storm for entering her into the Owen Hart.
Oh my white.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Guess what?
White.
I have a backup.
Oh no!
Bruh.
Came prepared.
Shouts out to Michael Jackson. Oh no! It's all right, Xenia. You recovered pretty fast. She said, "I'm used to this. I do."
Look at me go. I had it on standby.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. But she thanks Toni Storm for entering her into the Owen Hart tournament. She informs Toni she wants to do a contract signing next week. And Renee Paquette informs her that she has a match on Rampage next week. And then next thing you know, we got Big Bill. Oh, boy. Big Bill.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. He's in the ring to welcome us to TV time with the Learning Tree. Word, I know you got excited for this portion of the show. Look at it. Look at
the
it.
Learning Tree.
Now it's my turn to huff and puff.
Oh, you giving the huff and puff? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let you go through this segment again. Talk about what you thought of it. Let's do it.
First, we have the Redwood, Big Bill. We have a new name, and you know, Chris Jericho is educating Iowa on how to grow corn. Very interesting. We learned a lot about the moisture content of the soil for corn. And then Private Party comes out, and Jericho is trying to teach them how to properly climb the top rope, and he is shit, as he should. No, this is just like, this gimmick is like cool. Like, maybe someone likes it, maybe someone finds it funny, but like, it's not funny when you're doing the whole TV time shtick as like, oh, I'm taking the TV time, when that's exactly what you're doing and no one wants to see it, and this is just like the universal pee break. And you know, TV time with Learning Tree, also known as universal pee break, also known as this could have been another women's match. So I'll just say as much.
So you think the Learning Tree thing insists upon itself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I do not like it if I haven't made it clear enough.
Yeah, I can see that. Your social tour shirt lit up even more when you started talking about it. It started turning red. The letters were red. Werner, talk about your happiness and joy with this segment, sir. Come on.
Look, we have said this for weeks. Chris is trying so hard.
That's an understatement.
It's so hard to stay on television.
Yeah.
He is reinventing himself. Now, yes, saying the learning tree is funny, but everything else about this segment, why? Just why?
Why Brian Keith? Why?
And then, and you got Brian Keith,
the
who
titty sucker.
loves to suck. Yeah, the titty sucker.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened on Collision. Yes, he sucked
in
another man's titties on Collision.
Yeah, he sucked.
It's an actual thing
on TV, and I was like, "What are we doing?"
Okay, so I watched like half of Collision and then didn't have the time to finish it. I think I probably should have. Like, what the hell happened there?
This was a few weeks ago. This was before he was in. This was before he was in the Jericho vortex.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You douchebag.
That was not intentional.
Before he was in the Jericho vortex, get fucked.
Bounty Hunter, Brian.
Not you using the fucking buzzwords. I'm so sick of your shit. That was hilarious. Oh God. Oh man.
It seriously wasn't intentional.
Yo, Jericho does not want to go home. He
infiltrated
doesn't.
Your brain.
He refuses to go sit down on his couch. He doesn't want to, even though that dude is built
Spend
like
some time with his 17 kids.
He's built like a fucking.
He's only have 3
flat screen.
3.
Yeah. Well, shouts out.
I've always thought it was like at least like 5.
At least 5. Oh, you think he got the Jackson 5 in his house, huh? Okay, I see you. I see you. But man, Werner said the Jericho vortex. Brian Keith sucks titties.
Yes, he does.
I don't know what else to say. I love y'all. No pause. I don't even know what to say anymore. I just want this to end. I guess I don't.
Yes, Jericho needs to go away so we can miss him.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
But you don't want the learning tree to go away, do you?
I'm not gonna. But
damn. Ooh.
Here's my thing though. Like, if he goes sits down, is that it? Like, will he just like say he sits down for a couple months? Like, yeah, I'm good.
Well, that'd be it.
Yeah,
that'd be it.
That's my question. Like, if that does happen, would that actually be it for him?
I think he.
There's a saying that goes, "There's one step from greatness to travesty," and I feel like that's exactly what's going on with Jericho. Like, I can't not respect his accolades. I can't not respect his career. He was at one point one of the best in the world, and admittedly, he's done a lot for the locker room and he's done a lot for the people in the industry. But it's time to stop. Like, it's time to stop taking up the space.
Her getting a therapist voice is what cracked me up. It's time to stop. Instead of smoking all that crack, just smoke a little crack. That's it, yeah. Let's put the pipe down. Let's do it. We could do it together.
Is that how you talk to your therapist?
I have a lead pipe in my office. And let's put that lead pipe down. Let's put it down, okay? And no,
you're having way different therapy than I am.
No, well, I tell you what. You and your blonde therapy don't got nothing on me in my interventions with Chris Jericho, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. Your therapy is sponsored by Head and Shoulders, goddammit. See, Werner, I'm sorry. You know I shoot back. I'm sorry.
I know you do.
I'm sorry. I love you, Xenia. You know that. But
I mean, that wasn't like offensive. So
yeah, no. Shouts out to your blondness. We love your blondness. We love everything. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. I'm gonna be honest. Brunettes don't come on our show. We got a strong brunette band. No, I'm playing. We don't got a brunette band. But yeah, to wrap this in a bow, the only thing I really liked about this was the Stu Hart mention. Outside of that, Stu Hart and Owen Hart. Outside of those Stu Hart and Owen Hart mentions, yeah. All right, Jericho. All right, man. whatever you decide to do once this learning tree thing is over, man, I hope it works out for the best. I hope it works out for you, bro. That's all I can say. Next up, we get a video.
Hopefully that's going home to his wife and kids.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You ain't going to let Jericho live, are you? Well, we get a video package for Jon Moxley's Forbidden Door defense of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door against Naito, and we go to break right after that. Back from commercial, the Bang Bang Gang are backstage complaining that the House of Black are getting all the attention on the 1-year anniversary of Collision, and they propose a trios match on Saturday, which is going to be a thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to happen. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that should be a good one. We will see how that works out. Is anybody excited about that? Let us know in the comment section, and also, y'all let me know if y'all excited about it. Go ahead.
Is it an eliminator match?
Oh, don't you know?
I mean, we don't have enough of those for the trios belts.
Look at this. Go ahead, give your thoughts. Give your thoughts.
I just like the Bang Bang Gang, and I'm excited for anything that has them involved. I'm happy that Juice is back. I think he's great, and I think it's again not my original thought, quoting someone on Twitter, but I think it's great that both him and Tony have gimmicks right now where they're insane and homosexual. So that's great for Pride Month. Yeah, I'm just on board. I'm just here for the ride.
There you go. There you go. All right, and Mo Dunch said about Brian Keith, I don't want to see nipple pants anymore. Look, I agree. If I got to see that dude wear his pants up to his goddamn chest hairs anymore, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. That's
just for the record, I have literally nothing against Brian Keith. I know him in real life, and he's great. And this is just, I have everything against Learning Tree, nothing against Brian Keith. He can wear his pants however high that he likes.
He could be as nice
he
of a guy as he
still
wants.
sucked a man's titties on TV.
It's Pride Month.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Good for you. Good. You know what? Good on you. She came back with the rebuttal game pretty quick on that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh man, Werner, just avoid that cancellation, my good sir. Just avoid it all.
Good luck fighting for your life on Twitter after this.
Yeah, just avoid it. Just lay low on that one. All right. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you one more time. Xenia, we here. Daniel, oh God, Captain Generic Daniel Garcia going against Nick. Yeah, going against Nick Suffocated Kumquat.
Take that back right now.
I'm not, again, part 2. I'm not taking shit. Oh my God.
See, now that just tells me that you don't understand female psychology. Like, he's for the bad bitches. He's for the girls. Like,
the dude,
not for you.
Really,
sometimes it's good when things are not for you and you just sit it out.
Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the portion of the show where we put the red light up on the screen because Xenia needs to fucking stop.
Absolutely not. No one can stop me.
She said no one can stop me. That is the most Russian thing I've heard her say this entire show. She said no one can stop me.
I see a comment that says, Xenia, please tell me you don't like the dance. I'm not particularly a fan of the dance, no. But I am a big fan of Daniel Garcia, and I think he's another person who has it. And I've liked him since the Indies, which I'm making it sound like it's a whole thing, but I've only seen him on the Indies like 3 times maybe before he got signed. But I think he's absolutely brilliant. I think he's the future of AEW. I used to enjoy Nick Camarato as well. I don't know what's going on with the gimmick. I think on RH they did like a weird like preacher thingy with some other guy. I would like to see more of that, but this was obviously a squash that both MGF and Will Ospreay were watching WWE style, standing with their back to the screen. You know, Daniel Garcia is going to have a shot at the international title. Good for him. Like, again, I think that like the thing that you brought up about like the booking, the creative giving up on the person too quickly, like he should have like joined BCC, or like he should have turned on Jericho, or like something. Give me something. Like, why are you giving up on it if it didn't become the biggest thing in the world in 2 weeks? Like, I am rooting for him. I think he's great. I enjoy his matches every time without fault. And I also would want him to continue the whole thing with Shibata, which it doesn't look like it's gonna continue, but they've tagged a bunch of times, and I think they have great chemistry, and I think they work great as a team. But I guess that's not happening anymore. So yeah, give him something. Do something with my boy.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Warner, did you give your thoughts, or am I tripping?
I mean, a lot of people like to say this with women's matches, but this was a bathroom break match. I mean, honestly,
like there's not much to it for sure.
Yeah, it's a bathroom break match, and especially at that time of the show, perfect timing to run to the bathroom instead of watching whatever the heck that was.
For me, this is the time when you're like coming back from the bathroom that you left for during the learning tree segment.
Uh-oh. Well, you know what? Shouts out to Nick Suffocated Kumquat. I want to see better for him.
Yes.
I want to see better for him, man. The dude's a beast. First and foremost, man. The dude's a beast. So, yeah, I want to see better for him than losing to...
My question is, why did he have to get rid of the beard?
Yeah, and why does he have to lose
to... Because they're doing the new gimmick thing.
Daniel Pencil. But
yeah,
let me see what else we got here. Kat said, Daniel Garcia looks like he is for the underage girls. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. No.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
he's
my boy.
Oh, boy. Mo Dunn said he has no charisma and no mic skills.
Okay, I guess you're one of those people who don't watch. Or watch it with your ears shut. I don't know.
Show me how people shut their ears again.
Yeah.
There we go. That's right. There we go. Authentic ear shutting right there. Only on Covalent TV can you get that, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Sheldon said, I just added a day to my life laughing. This shit is real good. Hey, man, we do what we can when we can. And Xenia's here. She's having fun, hopefully.
Yeah.
We having a good time here, bro. We that's what we do, man. That's just what we do. Y'all lucky I ain't had no liquor tonight. If I had a little bit of liquor, a little sippity sip with me, it would have been
If only we were doing a show on Friday.
Oh, yeah, we are not doing a show on Friday.
What was the cocktail that you got at Rampage? What was it called? Ringside something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, that shit was good, too. That shit. Oh, my God. What was it called?
We love a themed fruity drink, right?
Oh, man, it was so good. It was so good. Guys, I did expect the MGM to have like a good liquor concoction, but I ain't think it was going to be that good. So shouts out to the MGM Garden Arena for getting your boy right, because I was definitely in that section with a warm body. All right? So much love, man. Much love. Mo Dunn says, Xenia, what is your opinion? Does AEW need to go, what do they need to do to get more eyes on the product? My apologies. Go ahead.
I think they should do better at promoting their live shows, because a lot of the time, especially when they go on the road, and sometimes Collision is pre-taped and sometimes it's not. Like, I see so many comments of people being like, oh, Collision is on our city. I had no idea. Because I feel like they're doing so much targeting to like the Twitter audience. But like I said, like that's 300 people out of 2,000 that could show up. And, a lot of wrestling fans, again, contrary to popular belief and contrary to what it feels like sometimes, are not terminally online. So I think what they did with Orange in Iowa when they put him on like a morning show, I think that's a good thing to do. I think it's a good thing to just like put wrestlers on mainstream media in a way, because a lot of wrestlers who are super popular in wrestling have like zero mainstream media publications or appearances. And that is not to say that we're trying to attract non-wrestling fans. No, this is just you trying to reach more of the people who are fans already. Maybe more billboards, maybe more posters, maybe more appearances on morning shows, maybe more appearances on radio. And they are kind of doing that, but one thing that they have, like, that I think AEW media department specifically could do better is they are very attached to the titles and like types of media. Like they're very preferential towards traditional media, but like in wrestling, in that like, oh, this is a wrestling podcast, but they have a contract with radio station. But then they don't go far enough to check that podcast is going to have like a 2-minute slot on that radio program, and the rest of it is just going to this person's YouTube channel and getting 300 views. Like, I know I'm biased speaking as a content creator, but sometimes it's way more beneficial to put content on a content creator's platform that has more reach and more engagement than just sticking to, oh, it's official radio, or if it's official magazine, but it has a way lower reach, I just feel like they have to do like a little more homework in terms of what actually gets views and clicks and what actually gets conversion, because they prefer radio by a lot, but they don't often go and check if it's actual legitimate radio that's gonna sit their talent down in the studio and actually gonna be on the FM, or it's literally just someone's podcast who works under the brand. So I think they should go for more reach And again, still target to wrestling fans, because like Daryl very truly said, like there's no such thing as a casual fan. Like you're not gonna attract non-wrestling fans to a wrestling show by putting a person on TV, but you can get more eyes on the product, like we said. And that's part of the reason why Tony Khan famously prefers mainstream media. But it's good when it's Forbes, it's good when it's Sports Illustrated, and it's not good when it's just someone working under a brand of a radio show, but it's actually getting like 300 views.
I like that. And we spoke about that, what was it, 2 weeks ago now? Where we had where we had discussed how AEW, they're gonna have to get their hands dirty when it comes to marketing. You're going to have to invest more. If you're not investing more, like you said, radio, ticket giveaways, it's stuff that you can do that will make people go, they'll go, oh, maybe I should check this out and see what it's all about. I said,
or maybe like instead of going alone, maybe I should bring a friend.
Yeah,
because now I have an extra ticket, or you know, just ticket deals. And people, wrestling companies are so scared of ticket deals because, like, of course, some Twitter account that claims to be a news account is going to take it and run with it and be like, oh, they're giving away tickets, it means the ticket sales are low. But normal people are going to understand that it's just a marketing tool. It's just one of the tools. And another thing that I personally really believe in, because obviously that's what I do, but I think there should be more content on the whole that involves talent, and that involves talent's character work, and that involves getting to know talent better. Because ultimately, to be loved is to be known, you know? And ultimately, a promotion is nothing but a composition of its talent. You can't attract someone to 3 letters. You can't attract someone to AEW, but you can attract someone to, like, oh, Serena Deeb had seizures and she had this life-threatening condition, but now she's back. Or like, even the Chuck Taylor interview that they put out, like a lot of people didn't even know that he had this like ample background in the indies, that he trained freaking Ricochet. Like people just don't know these things. And by gatekeeping them, they're keeping fans away from the product.
So that was something else we discussed, is that AEW talents need to make it an obligation when they get in front of cameras, when they get in front of, you know, radio microphones, to tell their story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you draw people in with being a human, if you draw people in with association and attachment, that is something else that will create new fans, because pack the casual fan the fuck up. Like you said, they don't exist. They're not real. And if they do exist, they're going to go watch WWE. Stop. Create new fans. Create fans that you probably didn't even know were there.
Yeah.
That's the route that Tony Khan is he's gonna have to take it. And if he doesn't take it,
and a lot of wrestlers, not just in AEW but everywhere, are so laser focused on their wrestling because they think that's the only value that they have, which I radically disagree with. As a content creator, especially, and as someone who's on social media, whatever you do, there's going to be at least 1,000 people who are going to love you so much just for you, just for who you are, how you talk, how you look, the things that you like, how you think. They are going to want to like you specifically. Because why are you trying, as a wrestler, as a worker, why are you trying to market a wrestler to me, the viewer, when you're on a card or on a roster with 100 more wrestlers? You're not special because you're a wrestler. You're special because you're you. But how am I going to know who you are? Because so many wrestlers have their like biographies on their websites, and it's like, this year was born, this year started wrestling. Like, no, what happened in between? Like, who are you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that matters. That matters. And once that's figured out, whoever figures it out first, they're going to get a fan base that we've never seen in pro wrestling. And more power to them. I hope it happens sooner rather than later. And it seems like Tony Khan was kind of trying to do that in year 2, and he got away from it. And I don't know why he did it. He was kind of doing it with Nyla Rose a little bit, and then he pulled back.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a mistake. I think that personally was a mistake. And maybe he'll right his wrongs. We'll see what happens there. But hold on, wait. Matthew Shelton, last I looked, it had said 326 over there on Twitter. Somebody confirmed for me. If that is the case, wow. Wow, a beautiful thing. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. They said kids in free. You get kids at an event, they'll want merch bought. Yeah, but I think WWE has kind of milked that portion dry.
Yeah.
I
also think AEW is just not for kids, really.
No.
it's kid friendly, but it's not for kids. Like the way that they tell stories is too complex for a 6-year-old to comprehend.
Yeah, they're not seeing Cena run out there with a Skittle colored fucking t-shirt on, you know what I'm saying, with his damn jorts and dad hat, and that's all they need to comprehend. And they're hearing all these blaring horns and look at the colors. Like AEW is a little bit more than that. So yeah, I think that's a market that's kind of washed. But let's keep going with the show, ladies and gentlemen. Back for commercial, podcast, a promo, admitting his return isn't what he wanted. Loss after loss is humiliating, and he feels like a bitch. Okay, Pac, if that's how you feel, man, I'm with you. So he says, so he's going to enter and win the Owen Hart Cup and claim his title match at Wembley, because he'll be damned if a talent of his caliber never gets his moment and never wins the biggest prize in the industry. And Death Triangle haven't forgotten what the Bang Bang Gang did to them. And that was that. And Will Ospreay gives Swerve Strickland a contract on his way to the ring. And we got Rey Fenix going against Will Ospreay for the AEW International Championship. Xenia, I'm going to let you take this one away, too, because this was the main event of the evening. And I want you to finish out this show for us. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a great match. There's no disagreeing with that. And what it actually made me think of is that, like, so many people criticize both of these people, both Ospreay and Fenix, for the flippy stuff that, like, is not believable, or that, like, doesn't make sense, or that is too much. I guess the same people who wanted Pentagon to be in the less is more environment. But I really think that, like, it's such a weird phenomenon that we're so mad about the flippy shit in wrestling these days, because not only do I feel like that's the wrestling that's the most, like, impressive live and the most palatable to the outside audience, because those are, like, the lucha clips, like, those are the clips that get viral every week with non-wrestling people, and we're mad about it for some reason. But I feel like it's also, especially when we're talking about Fenix, it's like one of the purest and most traditional forms of wrestling, because lucha is one of the genres that's the most traditional, with the most history, with the most meaning and culture attached to it. So it's just so strange to me that we look down on it these days. Like, obviously the whole show is like this match. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be fun. And was this match perfectly crisp? No, like, they did watch a couple things there. But that's just how wrestling, and I was gonna say should be, but wrestling can be anything. But this is just such a pure, natural, raw form of wrestling, and I enjoy it. And I think, again, the wider viewer enjoy it, and the live fans enjoy it, and it's just a small group of people on Twitter who are mad about it.
There you go. There you go. And I love the way that Will Ospreay picked up the win in this match with the Hidden Blade, specifically because it just felt like a war of attrition. It really felt like a competition in that ring. And that is something
that's super important. Yeah. The struggle is super important.
And that's something that's missing in wrestling nowadays. So I agree with Xenia on that point, whereas that's wrestling in its purest form. Unpredictable, a little sloppy at times. It's supposed to feel that way. So that way you feel like you are actually watching two competitors competing. That's what I learned in wrestling school. It's not the goal to make it look like the flashiest thing in the world. It's the goal to make the fans feel like they are watching two competitors that actually want to compete to win for something. Be it bragging rights, a championship, whatever the case may be, these two guys want to win. And I feel like this match accomplished that. And it was a cheat code, guys. I'm dropping another cheat code on this one. It was great. It was great from start to finish, in my opinion, bell to bell. And it had good pacing, which is also very important. You know, it started fast. Then towards the middle, as they were, fighting a little bit longer, they slowed down a little bit. Because that's what would happen in a real fight. You're not going to throw 15 punches.
Tired, yeah,
you're not going to throw 15 punches in quick succession in a real fight and not get tired. Like, that's not a thing. So, yeah, I love what these two guys did. And, yeah, Werner, give your thoughts on it, man.
I loved this match. You know what it reminded me of is, like, in like football, American football, if two teams play each other within 2 weeks of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, bitch.
So, like, Lions, Bears, then they play somebody else, and then it's back to Lions, Bears.
Mm-hmm.
I love how how well they knew each other in this match. You could tell that they've wrestled a million times before, and there was the story there for that. And hell, I'd love to see it again. I hope down the line we do get to see it again.
Absolutely.
But this was a great match to end the show, and especially with the familiarity
mm-hmm.
of the competitors. You can't get that every week.
No, and Fenix, he looks better coming out of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to go out there with one of the best champions in the company and have a match like that, somebody who may be watching him for the first time might go, let me go watch some of his matches and see what this guy is all about. And that's another lost art in pro wrestling, the research. Nobody goes and look like, this is something I hate more than anything, and I think we can all agree on this. When someone is talking about a wrestler on a show that they watch, and here comes somebody to be like, who?
Yes.
Gotta love those WWE fans.
Why are you proud of your ignorance? Like, since when is that a flex that you don't know something?
It's not a flex. Google exists. YouTube exists. So many things exist. You know what, Xenia, I'm gonna blow your mind with something. It's to a point of where they're even shaming people who tell them to do the research. They're like, oh, let me guess, you're going to tell me to Google the wrestler next? I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn right, I'm going to tell you that.
Excuse me? Like, yeah, you should. You watched the
I
match.
actually saw a tweet this last week that I so vehemently agreed with. That when AEW was starting, I didn't know most of the talent on the roster, and that's true for me as well, or like maybe half or something. And I did